A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio. A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
The Kraft Foods Company presents the Great Gildersleeve. Yeah. It's The Great Gildersleeve, starring Harold Perry, brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet Margarine and a complete line of famous quality food products.
Christmas week. Christmas to New Year's. These are the times that try men's souls. All the things you rushed out and bought the day before Christmas come back to plague you the day after. I don't know how it's been at your house. You probably weren't foolish enough to buy the little darling a set of drums. But at our house, all week long, it's been nothing but... Now, Leroy. Now, my boy. Leroy! I'm trying to do some figuring here. Could you possibly pursue your musical studies at some other time, my boy?
Well, gosh, what's the use of having drums? Why did you give them to me if you...
Don't ask me why I gave them to you. I don't know. I must have been out of my head. I'm sorry, Leroy, if I seem a little impatient. But this is very difficult work I'm doing here. I'm trying to add up my accounts. So if you could find something else to do...
Will you play me a game of electric football?
There's your sister. Why don't you play something with her?
Play with her?
Oh, Auntie, if I ask you something, will you say yes, please? Will you please say yes?
Well, now, wait a minute.
I was nice about Christmas. I stayed home when you told me to. But this is different. New Year's Eve isn't like Christmas Eve, so please say I can do it. Please say yes.
My dear, if you'd calm down and explain what it is you want me to say yes to.
Oh, well, it's really a very nice place. Everybody says it's very nice. It's not run by gangsters or anything. And it'd be a chance to wear my new laughing jacket and my silver slippers. They'd be just perfect. So can I, please?
Leroy, do you know what your sister's talking about?
Does anybody?
Now, Unky, don't be a tease. Say I can go. I'll just die if you don't. They have a band and favors and everything. And it's the grand opening New Year's Eve. And I've never been anywhere New Year's Eve. So can I?
I take it, my dear, that you're asking my permission to go out this evening.
Oh, that's right. To the Blue Cockatoo. You know, it's out on Route 28.
That the place that used to be Julius's Hofbrau? The place they closed down last year?
Oh, but it's under all new management. It's lovely now. Everybody says so. They're opening tonight. And Marshall's got reservations. His father got them for him, so... Can I go?
My dear, you know what I think of Marshall Bullard.
Well, you don't have to go with him. Please, Unky. It's Marshall's last evening at home. He has to go back to school tomorrow.
Thank heaven for that, my dear. I wish they'd keep him there.
Well, can I go or not?
All right, go ahead. Pay no attention to what I think. I'm nobody. I just pay the bills around here, that's all.
Oh, Unky, you're a darling.
Yes, yes.
Leroy, did you hear that? He said I could go. Oh, I could change.
Get out of now. Let's make her quit.
What's the matter?
She kissed me. What did I do?
Still figuring, Leroy.
Gosh, haven't you got the answer yet?
Almost, not quite.
Certainly takes you long enough.
This covers a whole year, my boy. Now let me alone or I'll never get it done.
When you're finished, will you play me a game of electric football?
We'll see.
That's what you always say. Yes or no?
No, by George, I won't. I played electric football with you all day Christmas and every night this week. I'm sick of it. Now stop bothering me. Yes?
What can I do?
Leroy, how can you ask that? Here you got all this stuff for Christmas. Go out and play with it.
All I really want to play is electric football.
Well, find somebody else then, but get out of here and stop bothering me.
If I'm quiet, can I stay?
If you're quiet. Oh, where was I? Oh, 51 and 3 is 54. And 2 is 56.
Honk.
And 7 is 63. And 8 is 71. And 2 is 73.
Honk.
Just a second, Leroy.
Oh, Uncle Mort, do you mind if I...
Quiet. Can't you see Unc is busy?
I'm sorry.
Well, there it is. As of the close of business, December the 31st, 1945, flat broke. How do I do it? No matter how much I earn or how much I spend, it's always the same. Oh, well, at least I'm holding my own.
You mean we're in trouble?
Oh, no more than any other year.
Are we poor, Unc?
Just comfortably poor, I'd say, Leroy.
Miss Gildersleeve, excuse me.
Yes, Bertie?
About this evening, you'll be going out, I suppose, New Year's Eve.
Well, I don't know. To tell the truth, I haven't really got around to making any plans, Bertie. I've been so busy, I sort of let it slide.
You'll be staying in then.
Well, I haven't really made up my mind yet. I'll let you know.
Well, Uncle Mort, if you're thinking of going out anywhere this evening, you better get busy.
You may be right.
Why, the Blue Cockatoo was sold out for New Year's Eve a week ago. If you think Christmas was bad...
Oh, don't go anywhere, Unc. You and I can have a swell time right here.
Doing what?
Playing electric football. We can have a...
That settles it. I'm not going to spend New Year's Eve playing electric football. Hello. Leela? Rocky? What you doing tonight, Leela? New Year's Eve, you know. We ought to... Oh, you are, huh? That's too bad. Well, Happy New Year anyway. Hello. Eve? Throckmorton Gildersleeve. I was wondering if you had any plans for this evening. I thought we might just... Oh. That's too bad. Wish I'd called you sooner. Well, Happy New Year, Eve. Hello, Miss Proudfoot? I don't know if you remember me, Miss Proudfoot, but this is Throckmorton Gildersleeve. I met you one time at Floyd Munson's. In the kitchen. I was wondering how you'd like to go out this evening and... Oh, you have. Nuts. I mean, Happy New Year. Hello, Judge? Gildy. Say, how'd it be if you and I got a couple of girls went out and painted the town a little? We could... Oh, you have, eh? Who is she? Yourself. Now what am I going to do? Spend New Year's Eve alone? Hey, wait a minute.
Mr. Gildersleeve, that you?
Yeah, here, Bertie. Grab some of these things.
My goodness, where all have you been?
Drugstore, delicatessen, every place. I'm going to have to ask you to help me here, Bertie. We got to work fast. Marjorie left yet?
No, sir, she's just getting ready upstairs.
That's good. Now, I'll tell you what I want you to do. You set the table nice and pretty, Bertie. Let's see. Marjorie, Marshall, Leroy, and me. Yeah, better set it for 4.
But I thought Miss Marjorie and her friend was going out to dinner.
Now, don't ask questions, Bertie. Just do as I tell you, and quickly.
Yes, sir.
Got a lot of favors here. Paper hats and snappers and so on. You can decorate it with these. Oop, that must be Marshall. Well, you get the idea, Bertie. You fix everything nice and pretty, huh?
Yes, sir.
I'll just close these double doors so they can't see into the dining room. We want it to be a surprise. Yeah, the young brat. Can't he keep his shirt on?
Oh, Uncle Mort, it's Aunt Martha.
Don't you worry, my dear. I'll entertain them. You get down.
I'll be right there. And now, do be nice to him.
Just leave it to your Uncle Throckmorton. Here's a young twerp. Well, Marshall, come right in. Yes, indeed. Marjorie will be ready in a jiffy.
Good evening, sir.
Here, let me take your overcoat.
Oh, don't bother. I'll just...
That is an overcoat, isn't it? Let me hang it up for you.
Oh, we'll be going right out. Oh, here's Marjorie now.
Hello, Marshall.
Hey, you look wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, very pretty, my dear. Very pretty. So you young people were going out this evening, eh?
Why, Uncle Mark, you know we were.
Well, it's pretty cold out. Pretty nasty. I just came in myself. You couldn't drag me out again. No, sir.
Oh, we don't care how cold it gets, do we, Marshal?
No, we'll keep warm.
Yes. You were planning on going to some nightclub, were you?
Yes, sir. We have.
Well, I told you, Uncle Mort. Marshall has reservations for the Blue Cockatoo.
The blue. Oh, yes. So you did. Ever been to a nightclub on New Year's Eve before, either of you?
Well, no, sir. This is the first time.
Horrible. Just horrible. Crowded, noisy, services bad, people falling all over each other.
Oh, we don't care, do we, Marshall?
No, sir. I don't know a worse place in the world than a nightclub on New Year's Eve. Now, I was just wondering if we couldn't all have more fun if we stayed right here at home.
Uncle Mort!
No, wait a minute. I've got a surprise for you. You haven't seen the way I've got the dining room fixed up. All right, Bertie, you can open the doors if you're ready. There. How do you like that? You see? Paper hats, confetti, noisemakers, everything. Look. Some fun, eh? What do you say, Marshal?
Well, it looks swell, Mr. Gildersleeve, but what do you think, Marjorie?
I think it's a dirty trick.
Marjorie.
You told me we could go out, and now you pull this on us.
My dear, it's entirely up to you. Far be it from me to put any pressure on you. Nothing could be further from my mind. If you want to go out, go ahead. If you want to leave us here, Leroy and me, on New Year's Eve alone, with all these little tokens that we tried so hard to please you with, go ahead. We'll try to understand.
What do you think, Marge?
Oh, Unky, I wish you could come with us and be in on the fun.
Yeah, it's too bad the reservation is only for two.
No, my dear. Run along and have your fun. Don't mind me. All I ask is at midnight when the band plays Auld Lang Syne, give a thought to your old uncle, because he'll be thinking of you.
Oh, Unky, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, my dear. Happy New Year, Marge.
Happy New Year, sir. Well, shall we go, Marge?
Goodbye, Unky.
Bye. Well, Bertie, they're gone.
Yes, sir. Guess it didn't work.
What's that? Oh, yeah. No, I guess not.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you don't mind if I go out later after I finish the dishes?
No, go ahead, Bertie. Everybody else is going. You might as well go, too.
But, Mr. Gildersleeve, how about you? How you going to see the New Year in?
I shall probably play a game of electric football, Bertie, for Auld Lang Syne.
The Great Gildersleeve will be back in just a moment.
Have you folks on the Gildersleeve Show made your New Year's resolutions, Mr. Lang?
Oh, we certainly have. The whole cast, the writers and producers, have resolved to give our radio listeners even finer entertainment in 1946. And I personally have resolved to win more friends for Parquet Margarine.
Well, that shouldn't be so hard to do, Mr. Lang. I'm a regular user of Parquet Margarine. And any spread that tastes so good and can be bought so economically is sure to keep winning a lot of new friends.
That's right. Why, did you know that Parquet Margarine was one of the fastest-growing brands in America before the war?
No, I didn't. But I do know that Parquet is very popular today because it's often so hard to get at my neighborhood food store.
Yes, Parquet Margarine is more popular than ever. It's winning friends right along because it tastes so good on bread, hot toast, waffles, and pancakes. And with Parquet's flavor still unmatched, I expect that resolution of mine to win more friends for Parquet Margarine is going to be easy to keep. Be sure to try delicious, economical Parquet soon. That's Parkay, Parquet Margarine, made by the Kraft Foods Company. Now let's get back to the Great Gildersleeve as he drags himself through the dying hours of the old year. It's after supper now, but the situation appears unchanged.
Come to me, my Polly,
Leroy! I want to learn the lyrics. My boy, for the rest of 1945, please, no drums.
But there's nothing else to do.
Then go to bed. It's almost time anyway.
On New Year's Eve? I thought I could stay up till 12.
Well, we've got to think of your health, you know.
I'm difficulty. What if I should just happen to wake up at 12 o'clock?
Well, then you may celebrate a little.
Oh, boy, what can I do?
You can say Happy New Year and then go back to bed.
Is that all?
That is all. Now go to bed.
Okay. Oh, Miss Gildersleeve.
Oh, what is it, Bertie?
I'm going out now if you don't mind.
Not at all. Have a good time. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Miss Gildersleeve. Same to you. The house is all locked up front and back, so you don't have to do anything.
Well, that's good.
Well, good night, Miss Gildersleeve.
Good night, Bertie. Wait a minute. Where are you going?
To a party. Kind of a combination dance and frolic.
Well, sounds like a good combination.
Sure is. Combined so good last New Year's, one man didn't come home for 3 days.
Well, you don't say.
Yes, sir. Well, good night, Miss Gildersleeve.
Young people, old people, every kind of people there, I suppose?
Yes, sir. Cradle to the grave. Young folks will jitterbug, I expect, and middle-aged folks, well, guess they'll jitterbug, too. The old folks get a waltz every 2 hours.
By George.
I better keep going. I don't want to miss anything.
No, I guess not. Well, good night.
Good night, Miss Gildersleeve. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Bertie. Bertie has more fun than I do. Yes, sir, a lot more fun. I'd like to be going to a dance tonight myself. Say, I wonder what my secretary is doing tonight. I don't like the idea of going out with her, but just this once might not do any harm. I could call up and say, Bessie. Oh, no, I remember now. Out of town till Wednesday. Oh, well. Oh, doorbell. Well. Wonder who this could be. Leela, maybe. Eve. Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. Happy New Year.
Well, the same to you, old man, and many of them. Come on in and have a Coke.
Oh, I can't stay, I'm afraid. I just dropped by to bring you this little 1946 calendar with compliments to the pharmacy.
A calendar? Well, just what I needed, too. Well, at least come in for a second while I look at it.
Well, if you insist.
Say, what a beautiful calendar. The Alchemist.
Yeah, those are the fellows that used to try to make gold out of lead. Never got anywhere with it, not that I ever heard.
No, but they were the scientists of their day. Look at them. Standing there with his test tubes and his crucibles. Fine picture.
No, I think it makes up into a nice little calendar. For the family trade, that is.
Oh, perfect.
Calendar man tried to sell me a picture of a girl with black silk stockings.
Oh, well, that wouldn't do for your customers, Pete.
That's what I say. Too bad, though.
Peavy, you're an old rascal.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. Picture never hurt anybody. You, all alone this evening, Mr.
Yes,
Gildersleeve?
Peavy. I decided I didn't feel like whooping and hollering this New Year's Eve. Decided to spend a quiet evening at home for a change.
Is that a fact?
Yes, sir. Stay at home with a good book. That's the way to spend New Year's Eve.
Well, that's one way.
Or with a friend, of course. Now, why don't you sit down here with me and take it easy?
The fact is, I've got to be getting home to Mrs. Peavy.
Well, sure, but there's no hurry, is there?
Nobody but a bachelor could say that. I'm sorry, but I've got to be running along.
Wait, Peavy. What are you doing to celebrate New Year's, you and Mrs. Peavy?
Well, she's like you. She likes to spend the evening quietly.
Perfect. Bring her over here and we'll all celebrate it together.
Well, I don't think...
Nonsense, Peavy. I've got some paper hats and some nice new horns. We can all drink a few Cokes or something. Huh? How about it?
Sounds noisy.
All right, forget the horns then. We'll be as quiet as mice. We'll celebrate the quietest New Year's Eve in history.
Mr. Gildersleeve, I hesitate to say this, but you're talking like a darn fool.
What do you mean?
Well, if I were you, I wouldn't sit here with a Coke and a paper hat. I'd go out somewhere and make whoopee.
Well, why don't you?
Well, Mrs. Peavy is against it. But you're a free agent. Go get yourself a girl, man. Go out and see the town.
Don't think I haven't tried, Peavy. Tried every girl I know.
Well, in that case, you might as well go to bed right now. Good night, Mr. Gildersleeve, and Happy New Year.
Well, looks like I'm stuck. New Year's Eve and not a friend that'll have a cup of kindness with me. Not a friend in the whole world. That's how I'm winding up 1945. Alone. I could be dying, and who'd know it? It'll probably be just the same when I am dying. Nobody around to say a kind word. Nobody to soothe my fevered brow. Gildersleeve, let him die. Sure, let him die like a dog. I wonder if I've got a temperature right now. Mustn't get ideas like that. Can't just sit here moping, no. Try the radio, maybe, and hear a little news. Can't believe it. Always thought I was popular. Been living in a fool's paradise, I guess. People just can't stand my personality.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're just about ready with the first of our series of transcontinental New Year's Eve celebrations. Here we are in Times Square, New York City. And when I say that Times Square is teeming with humanity, I don't want you to think I'm merely coining a phrase.
Must be almost midnight back there.
I asked one of the traffic cops how big the crowd was, and his guess was 200,000. Oh, looks more like 1 million to me.
What a dope. 1 million people couldn't get in Times Square.
Anyway, it's just a few seconds before midnight, and all these thousands of faces are looking up toward the big clock. They're waiting for the end of 1945. And here it is.
What a way to celebrate. Childish.
Yes, sir, 1945 is all over in Manhattan, and New York is giving 1946 a big hello. I'll try to get a typical citizen here to tell you how he feels about it. I beg your pardon, sir. How do you like 1946 so far?
Lousy.
You talking to me, Boss? Yes, sir. Would you like to tell our listeners how you like 1946 so far? Best little old year I ever had so far, I see. And the young lady with you. Oh, boy, I wish you could see her, folks. How does she feel about it? How do you feel, honey?
Feels swell when I'm with you, honey.
How can they put that kind of drivel on the air? Well...
Happy New Year, Throckmorton.
Oh, it's you, is it, Judge? What happened to your date?
Well, I'd rather not speak of it if you don't mind. But if you're busy...
Not particularly. Come on in.
Thank you.
Throw your hat and coat any place. Come on in and have a Coke.
Very kind of you, old man.
What about your girl? Didn't she show up?
Oh, certainly she showed up. I took her to the Gold Room at the Hotel Summerfield.
Well, that's still pretty early.
I'd rather not discuss it, Gildy.
Well, suit yourself. I'll hear all about it tomorrow from whoever was at the Gold Room.
Dagnabbit, I'm afraid you will. I suppose I might as well tell you what happened so you get the straight of it.
Sure, go ahead, Judge.
Well, I had a table at this place, and the young woman and myself were having a pleasant time, chatting and so on, till a sailor appeared. She seemed to be acquainted with him.
Yes?
The sailor asked her to dance. So, not wishing to quarrel with the armed forces, I made no protest.
Yes, I see.
However, after the fifth dance, I felt that I'd done my duty. I remarked to the young woman I thought it was my turn.
And?
She slapped my face and walked out with the sailor. I thought I might expect a little sympathy.
Oh, I'm sympathetic, Judge. Believe me, I am. Only...
Fine friend, I must say.
I'm sorry, Horace. Honestly, I'm sorry, but that's women for you. Come on, sit down and forget it.
I certainly like to, but I'm afraid I'll hear plenty about it tomorrow.
Anybody mentions it to me, Judge, I'll punch him right in the nose. Here, have a drink.
Thanks, Gildy.
Certainly glad you came by, old man. I've been sitting here feeling sorry for myself. Sitting here alone all evening. I've begun to think maybe there was something the matter with me. Something wrong with my personality.
By George, I don't know why you should think there's anything wrong with your personality, old man. You've got plenty of it.
Oh, you really think so?
I do, sincerely.
Good old Horace. Here's to you, old man. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yes, sir. And Leela Ransom, a girl I've been engaged to, mind you, but she thinks so little of me, she won't even save me New Year's Eve. Well, makes a fellow wonder, that's all.
Oh, don't be silly. Why, Leela thinks more of you in 2 minutes than she does about any other man in 10 years. You're a he-man. Strong, masculine personality. And yet you know how to handle women.
Yeah, guess you're right. Guess Leela was just standing me up tonight to make me jealous. Yeah. May I fill up your glass?
No, not yet. Thank you. You know, Throckmorton, Having that girl walk out on me tonight was a bit of a blow to my ego. Quite a blow. I had the feeling that she found me attractive. She laughed at the little things that I said about the menu. She laughed when I showed her that stunt, with the spoon and the salt cellar. I thought that we were getting on splendidly. Do you suppose I seemed old to her?
Oh, no, Horace. Believe me, any woman would guess you weren't a day over 55.
Well, I'm only 62.
You certainly don't show it. I mean, you look lots younger, Horace. Yes, sir. The way you carry yourself. The spring in your step. The sparkle in your eye. I've seen women look at you when they walk down the street, Judge.
You have, Gildy? Recently?
Plenty of times. Women. They need us more than we need them. Have another Coke, Judge. Well, I'm certainly glad you dropped in, Horace.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Hey, the old tack factory. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Gildy.
Oh, wait a minute. I forgot the paper hat.
For goodness sake, a regular party.
Here, Judge, you take the red hat. I look better in green.
Oh, Gildy, you certainly look funny.
You ought to see yourself, Horace. Look like a tomato. Here, blow a horn. Blow two if you've got the wind. By George. Good old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind.
Happy New Year!
Leroy, get back in bed. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne.
What a pair of characters.
We'll hear from the Great Gildersleeve again in just a few moments. A short while ago, I was speaking to a lady who said she can't always get parquet margarine these days at her favorite food store. And the simple explanation is this. Quality spreads for bread are in big demand everywhere. That's especially true, I know, of parquet margarine, the quality spread made by the Kraft Foods Company. Millions prefer parquet margarine to any other brand because it's still unmatched for flavor. And Kraft wants to assure you that everything possible is being done to keep dealers supplied, to distribute all available parquet both fairly and equitably. So if you can't buy parquet the first time, please try again, won't you? Chances are your dealers soon will have a new supply on hand. Insist on P-A-R-K-A-Y, parquet margarine, made by Kraft.
Ladies and gentlemen, the United States Treasury has asked us to announce that the sale of savings bonds will be continued now that the war is over. This means that those of us who have been participating in payroll savings plans can go right on laying up a nest egg for the future, at the same time helping to control runaway prices. You can still get F and G bonds as well as the E bonds, which most people bought during the war. The return is still at the same high rate, $4 at maturity for every 3 that you invest. Might be a good New Year's resolution to buy U.S. Treasury savings bonds regularly. Good night and a Happy New Year.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Harold Perry. It is written by John Whedon and Sam Moore. The music is by Jack Meakin. This is John Lang speaking for the Kraft Foods Company and inviting you to listen in again next week for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
If you're planning a gay New Year's party, liven the foods on your buffet with a taste-tingling flavor of Kraft Salad Mustard. Your guests are sure to like this tangy golden Kraft salad mustard blended into tasty appetizers, relishes, and sandwich spreads, or in a delicious filling for deviled eggs. For those who like a sharper tang, there's Kraft mustard with nippy horseradish added. So be sure to buy both kinds. Ask for Kraft horseradish mustard and Kraft salad mustard when you shop tomorrow.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
The Jack Benny Program. LSMFT, LSMFT, LSMFT.
Of course. That's it.
Right you are.
Lucky Strike means fine tobacco.
49 American. Quality of product is essential to continuing success.
And Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. So round, so firm, so fully packed, so free and easy on the draw. Yes, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. And speaking of tobacco, here's what Mr. John William Hill, Jr., independent tobacco buyer of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, said.
I've seen Lucky Strike buy ripe, naturally mild tobacco. And I know that when this tobacco goes into a cigarette, it means real smoking enjoyment. So when it comes to buying a cigarette for myself, I naturally add these things together and choose Lucky's.
Quote, I have seen Lucky Strike buy ripe, naturally mild tobacco. Unquote. Yes, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. So smoke that smoke of fine tobacco, Lucky Strike. Program starring Jack Benny with Barry Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Larry Stevens, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, the contest ended at midnight, December 24th. However, there were so many people that couldn't stand Jack Benny. It will take a couple of weeks to finish reading all the letters, and the winners will be announced shortly afterwards. So let's go out to Jack's house in Beverly Hills, where we find Jack, Mary, and Rochester busily sorting the latest entries.
Gosh, the way this mail has been pouring in the last few days.
Yeah, there sure is a lot of it, boss.
Yes, sir. Quiet, Polly. Daddy's working. Look at this mail. It's absolutely amazing how many people can't stand me.
Yeah, and Jack, look at this pile of letters over here. 48,000 of them are all from St. Joe.
Now, wait a minute, Mary. There must be some mistake. They love me in St. Joe. You remember when I was there last year, they put up a statue of me in the public park.
Well, they're sending it back. There's a hunk of granite in each envelope.
Oh, Mary, you're just making that up.
No, I'm not. Here's a note in one of the letters.
What does it say?
We're sending back all of Mr. Benny's statue except the ears. We're keeping those for bird baths.
Let me see that note. It doesn't say that at all. Gee, it does at that. What am I going to do with all these pieces of my statue?
Why don't you glue them together and set it out on your front lawn?
No, I'd look silly out on the lawn without any ears.
Well, maybe a couple of snails will crawl up and go to sleep in the right places.
No, you can't depend on it. Well, come on, let's try.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Polly, Christmas is over. And I got to teach her to say Happy New Year. Polly, now listen, Polly. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
No. It's Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
No, Polly, now listen. Listen, Polly. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Come on now, Polly, say it. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Atta girl. Isn't it wonderful how you can train a Mary?
It sure is.
And now, Polly, a very Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Smart parrot.
Well, she's just a little nervous since I told her that the carrier pigeon she's engaged to is coming back from overseas. He'd be here now, but he couldn't get a train out of San Francisco. He may have to fly. Now, let's see. We got to finish sorting the... Rochester, why did you tear up that letter?
This one was a mistake, boss. It says, I can't stand Rochester.
Who signed that?
The gas man.
Well, we haven't heard from him in about 5 years. Mary, what are you laughing at?
Get this letter. I can't stand Jack Benny because he plays the violin. Signed, a dead cat.
That's probably from somebody. Probably from somebody who doesn't like me.
Could be.
Certainly, huh?
Oh, boss, you won't believe it.
What is it, Rochester?
Here's a letter from the Big Three.
The Big Three? Well, what does it say?
We couldn't stand Jack Benny before the contest. Signed Anaheim, Azusa, and Cucamonga.
Oh, they just think they're smart because they're on the way to Palm Springs. Anyway, there's the phone.
I'll get it.
No, Rochester, you stay with the mail. I'll have Nottingham answer it.
Nottingham? Jack, have you still got that English butler around here? I thought you only hired him for last week to impress the Colemans.
Well, we're so busy with the mail, I kept him on to help out. Nottingham, answer the door. Isn't he classy? He even puts on his coat to answer the phone. Nottingham, who was that? All right, Mary, now we'll have...
Jack, what did Nottingham say?
He said my lawyer was on the phone.
I thought he said the grocer.
No, Mary. Grocer is... You used to confuse me at first, too.
Hiya, Jackson. Hello, Livy. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Phil. Glad you came over.
Say, Phil, did you have a nice Christmas?
Well, Liv, I got a lot of presents. And look at this. Here's what the boys in my band gave me.
What is it?
Well, it's one of them new fountain pens, and it's guaranteed to write 2 years without having to refill it.
Well, what good is it to you? You can't write.
A lot of things can happen in 2 years,
Yeah, I hope so.
And while I'm thinking of it, Jackson, I want to thank you for the present you gave me.
Well...
What was it, Phil?
A pair of black and pink lounging pajamas with a bare midriff. And they're a little snug, but I wore them all day.
Yeah, those were for Alice. A bare midriff.
Phil, surely Alice must have known those pajamas were for her.
Yeah, but I looked so cute in them, she just hated to tell me.
Oh, brother.
Say, Livy, what did Jackson give you for Christmas?
I gave her a fur muff. There it is, over on the chair there. It's sable.
It's rabbit.
It is not. It's sable.
Rabbit. I wore it at the farmer's market yesterday, and it snapped at a head of lettuce.
Well, a lot of sables are vegetarians, too. Believe me, Phil, the muff I gave Mary is sable.
It's rabbit.
It is not. It's sable.
Rabbit. I wore it at the farmer's market yesterday, and it snapped at a head of lettuce.
Well, a lot of sables are vegetarians, too. Believe me, Phil, the muff I gave Mary is sable.
It's rabbit.
Would I pay $19 for rabbit? Would I?
You wouldn't pay $19 for $20.
I would, too. Now, Phil, as long as you're here, stick around and help us read some contest letters.
Jackson, you know better than that.
All right, then open the envelopes. At least you've got muscle. Come on, open the envelopes. Gosh, I never saw so many contest letters. Take 2 weeks before we can finish reading them.
Hey, Jackson, listen to this letter.
Phil, stop showing off. We know you can't read.
This one's got pictures on it.
Oh.
Now, the first 6 words must be, I can't stand Jack Benny because.
Yeah?
And then there's a picture of your face and the body of a jackass.
There is?
Yeah. You know, Jackson, if you didn't need to shave that jackass, it'd look pretty good.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, boss.
What is it, Rochester?
Nottingham would like to see you.
Well, have him come in here.
He can't at the moment. He's indisposed. He's standing in the kitchen in his shorts and socks.
My goodness, what happened?
Well, after lunch, we decided to idle away a few minutes in a game of chance.
Rochester, you didn't gamble with Nottingham.
I won everything but his English accent.
What?
I'd have got that, but he wouldn't open his mouth.
Well, I think that's awful. Imagine leaving him standing there in his BVDs.
I got an IOU on those.
Well, I want you to go in there and give Nottingham his clothes back.
Okay.
Imagine anybody doing
Hiya,
that.
Rochester.
Hello, Miss Wilson.
Hey, Don!
Hello, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
No, Polly. Polly, it's Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy?
That's it. Happy?
Happy?
Happy what?
Happy what?
I wish that terrier pigeon would get here. Don, how did you happen to be around this neighborhood?
Well, I just wanted to drop in and thank everybody for their Christmas gift.
Hey, Donzie, what did Jackson give you?
Well, Jack didn't give me anything for Christmas because he gave me a birthday present and he thought my birthday was too close to Christmas.
When is your birthday, Don?
The 23rd of August.
Well, what did Jack give you for your birthday?
A rabbit's foot.
No wonder my muff limps.
Never mind. And as long as we're on the subject of presents, what about that gift you kids all chipped in and bought me?
Well, we thought it was a good idea, Jackson. Something you could use.
Something I could use. A fluorescent toupee so people can see me at night. When I sing Rise and Shine, I'm not kidding. Some gift.
Merry Christmas.
Polly, it's Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I'm going to train that bird if I have to.
Jack, no, with a whip and a chair.
I'll talk to him when we're alone.
Say, Jack, I'm kind of thirsty. May I have a glass of water?
A glass of water? Sure, Don. Go right out in the kitchen.
Okay, thanks. Oh, kiss me once and kiss me twice and LSMFT. It's such a great smoke. So round, so firm, so fully packed, so easy on the draw. It's such a great smoke. Lucky's have tobacco that is milder. It's wonderful the way I make this rhyme. Boo-boo-boo-boo-boo.
Hey, kids, listen to Don.
So smoke it once and smoke it twice and smoke it once again. You'll have a grand time.
It means with Lucky.
Grand time.
Don, that was wonderful. I didn't know you could sing like that.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, kid. When'd you get here?
Well, I came in right in between smoke it once and smoke it twice.
Well, I'm glad you came over. You can help us with the mail.
Well, I have to run along. I just dropped by to wish you a Happy New Year.
Oh, same to you, kid. By the way, Larry, I got a lot of compliments on your song last week.
Well, thank you. I've got another one I'm working on for next week.
You have? Well, come on, let's hear it.
Yeah,
sing it for us, Larry. Come on.
Okay.
Smoke it once and smoke it twice.
Holly, Larry's going to sing now.
I'm glad I waited for you. But then, what else could I do? Yes, there were one or two I used to date with, but they always knew I used them to wait with. I'm glad I waited for you. I'm glad my heart waited too. That favorite dream of mine has I'm glad I waited for you.
Hey, that was swell, Larry. I'm glad you picked that one. Now, kids, let's try and get the rest of this contest mail finished so we can try. Nottingham, answer the door. Hello, Bradley's the name. Steve Bradley. I'm Mr. Benny's press agent, and I'm here to see him.
Hello, John. Mr. Benny's
What'd he say? Well, thanks, and a Happy New Year to you, too. Yeah, how's your writing, Steve Benny? Oh, it's you, Steve. Well, hello. Long time no see. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Well, Benny, guess you know why I'm here. The contest is over. Yes, I know. And all we have to do now is finish reading the letters, pick the winners, and then award the $10,000 in prizes. 10,000? Steve? Look, Steve, wouldn't it be more sporting to forget about anything so commercial as money and keep the whole thing on an amateur basis? Wouldn't it? Huh? Wouldn't it? Benny, are you crazy? You can't do a thing like that. Well, I don't see why we... Look, let me put it to you this way. Which do you value more, $10,000 or your reputation?
Better put it to him another way.
Oh, well, all right. Boy, Benny, now just hand me over that $10,000 and I'll buy the victory bonds for the prizes. But, Steve, we don't know the winners yet. We still got mail to read. Yeah, I know, but you don't want anything to hold us up. I gotta go out now and buy those bonds and have them ready. Okay. I'll have to go down to my vault and get the money. But before I go, I want you all to repeat the oath after me. I promise not to reveal that Jack Benny has a secret vault hidden in his home.
I promise not to reveal that Jack Benny has a secret vault hidden in his home.
And if I should tell anyone, either consciously or unconsciously, I lose my umbrella during the rainy season.
During the rainy season.
Now, everybody bow their heads while I go down on the ball. On the barbed wire. Now, I better be careful about those landmines.
Paul, who goes there? Friend or foe?
Friend.
What's the password?
Greenberg's on third.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Benny.
That's right, Ed. And here's a little present for you.
A present for me?
Yes, Ed. Last week was Christmas.
Oh, did you have a nice New Year's?
No, Ed. You see, it isn't New Year's yet. You see, New Year's comes after Christmas, you see.
Oh, well, I've been away from it so long I kind of forgot.
Oh, yes. You know, Ed, this year things are going to be a lot better. They're starting to make automobiles again.
Automobiles?
Yes. Yeah, they're like buggies, you see, with motors in them. You know, you drive them down the street.
Well, won't they frighten the buffalo?
No. You see, buffalo are extinct. There are very few of them around anymore. Well, I got to get into my vault now.
Shall I turn my back?
No, Ed. You're bonded. Now, let's see. The combination is right to 45. Left to 160. Back to 15. Then left to 110. There. Reconverting. Now I'll be able to buy a louder burglar alarm.
Mr. Benny, how much money are you putting in?
I'm not putting anything in, Ed. I'm taking some out.
My, this is thrilling.
Well, so long, Ed. Happy New Year.
Same to you. Whoopee.
Goodbye. All right, Steve. Here's the money for the prizes.
Thanks, Benny. See you next week. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year, Steve. Happy New Year.
Well, kids, that's that. Just think. Another year almost gone. Boy, how they roll around. Imagine it'll soon be 1946. I wonder what the new year will bring. I wonder what new things will come out. Science is certainly wonderful. Heliocopters, jet propulsion, atomic energy. It's amazing. I wonder what they'll... it's kind of late. I wonder who that can be. Oh, hello.
Hello, you're Jack Benny, aren't you?
Why, yes, little boy. Who are you?
I'm the New Year.
The New Year?
But all the other little New Years have always come on January 1st. You're early.
Maybe he's trying to pick up a couple of tickets for the Rose Bowl game.
Don't be silly, Phil. Maybe there's something wrong with our calendar.
No, I came early because 1946 looks like it's going to be a good year. And I'm raring to go. Got a lot of work to do. Automobiles, prefabricated houses, vacuum cleaners, fluorescent toupees.
Oh, yes.
How about nylon brown stockings.
There'll be plenty of those.
Oh, good. I was lucky to get this pair I'm wearing. They make my legs look so nice. See?
Well, hey, this kid's really ahead of time.
Well, look, Sonny, how about radio in 1946? That is, what I mean is television. What are my chances in television?
Would you really like to know?
Yes.
Sit down, Mr. Benny.
Thank you. Well, all right, kid, I can take it. I mean, tell me, what are my chances in television?
Well, first of all, tell me, how old are you, Mr. Benny?
Sit down, kid.
Quiet. What did you say, Sonny?
I said, how old are you?
37.
37?
That's a joke, son.
It is not. Now, what were you going to say about...
Oh, Jack, look out the window. There's an old man coming up the walk.
Yeah, and he looks like Father Time.
Father Time? What is this, anyway?
Hello.
Hey, you're not Father Time, are you?
Father Time? I don't know what you're talking about, Bub. I'm looking for my grandson. I was told to come in here.
Oh, you mean...
He was supposed to be in a New Year's play the kids are giving at the schoolhouse, but he run away.
Oh, so that's it.
Hiya, Grandpa.
Oh, so there you are, you little shaver. Come on back to the schoolhouse. The people are waiting for the New Year. Come on, let's get going.
Let go of my ear.
Yeah, take it easy on a little fella.
I just told you, Bub, he's my grandson. He's in a school play. He ain't the real New Year.
Well, he sure fooled me. So he's going to be in the school play, huh? But isn't he a little old to be wearing those diapers?
He just got out of the army and he can't buy any clothes.
Oh, fine. Well, take it along then. Goodbye, Grandpa. So long, Sonny.
So long. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
What a cute kid. Gee, I remember when I was his age. I was in a little New Year's play at school, too. You know, I was so good.
Well, so long, Jackson. I got to beat it.
Yeah, me too. Happy New Year, Mr. Benny.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Anyway, Mary, I was so good in this school play that I held the audience spellbound. In fact, just recently they made a picture of it, you know. I'll never forget how cute. I'll never forget how cute I was in that play. In fact, you know, that's what gave me the idea that someday I'd be...
Well, I gotta go. Happy New Year, Jack.
Happy New Year, Mary. Anyway, I'll never forget it. Yeah, I walked out on the stage wearing a little pair of wings, and across my chest was a banner saying, Happy New Year, 1912. And when I spoke my first line...
Boss, who are you talking to?
Huh? Oh, they've all gone. Sit down, Rochester. Yeah, Rochester. I walked out on the stage and I looked so cute with my long curls and blue eyes and dimpled cheeks. And when I got all through, there was so much applause that the teacher came right over and kissed me. She said, Jackie, you're the best New Year's Eve we ever had. Ladies and gentlemen, while history will point to 1945 as the year of victory, 1946 will be the start of a new era. An era in which people the world over must live together in peace and mutual respect. We want a lot more than just battles in this war. We want a realization that all men everywhere want to live out their lives in peace and freedom. While there are many different points of view of how this peace should be secured, The important thing is that all mankind wants it, and it will be accomplished. There's no place for hate, greed, suspicion, and prejudice in a world that has the atomic bomb. The old era is dead, and 1946 is the beginning of the new one. The era of Wendell Willkie's One World. Happy New Year, everybody.
Jack will be back in just a minute, but first, here's my good friend, F.E. Boone.
At 49, American.
Remember this. In a cigarette, it's the tobacco that counts. And Lucky Strike means fine tobacco.
That's right. LSMFT.
Yes, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. The finer, the lighter, the naturally milder Lucky Strike tobacco. This fine Lucky Strike tobacco means real deep-down smoking enjoyment for you.
Sure thing. LSMFT.
So smoke that smoke of fine tobacco, Lucky Strike. So round, so firm, so fully packed, so free and easy on the draw.
The famous tobacco auctioneers heard on tonight's program are Mr. F.E. Boone of Lexington, Kentucky. At 49, American. And Mr. L.A. Speed Riggs of Goldsboro, North Carolina. Basil Rysdale speaking for Lucky Strike. LSMFT. LSMFT. LSMFT.
In a cigarette, it's the tobacco that counts. And Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. So smoke that smoke of fine tobacco, Lucky Strike.
Happy New Year to everybody all over the world from all of us.
The National Broadcasting Company.
I'd rather have a Raleigh.
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 Because Raleigh is the only cigarette that gives you all three. Hollywood, the Raleigh Cigarette Program, starring Red Skelton with David Forrester and his orchestra, Gigi Pearson, Verna Felton, our singing star, Anita Ellis, Pat McGee, and our guest, Wonderful Smith, and yours truly, Rod O'Connor. It's a pleasure to bring you Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's popular comedian and the star of the Raleigh Cigarette Program, Red Skelton.
Thank you very much. Thank you and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Red.
Happy New Year to you, too.
And Happy New Year to you.
Well, Happy New Year to you. Well, we've kicked that around enough for this year.
Well, how'd you bring the New Year in?
I had nothing to do with it. I woke up this morning and there it was.
You know, well, during the last year, a lot of waters passed over the dam.
Yeah, in sunny California, too. A lot of people got soaked, you know.
Well, it was really an eventful 365 days, you know. The war ended. A lot of the boys came back from overseas.
Yeah.
Rationing was stopped.
Dick Tracy went on a diet.
Well, I wonder what the New Year has in store for us.
Butter, I hope.
Say, did you hear the Oklahoma-St. Mary's game today, Red?
Yes, and it was really exciting. I was sitting in front of my radio, and I could just picture Bing Crosby and Ingrid Bergman sitting on the 50-yard line, ringing their bells for the home team.
Wasn't Hollywood Boulevard crowded?
Yeah, last night, you mean. Say, the old street was creeping.
Yeah, the New Year's festivities were really rollicking.
Yeah, you said it. People were climbing up those Christmas trees like monkeys. They had to give me a banana before I'd come down. 4 guys got arrested for jay-staggering last night. Oh, hey, there was one fellow walked into a place, and he says to the bartender, a Marine, he said, "Here, I got a present for you." He said, "I got a present for you." A live lobster, here.
A live lobster?
So the bartender says, well, thanks a lot. He says, I'll take it home to eat. The guy says, oh, don't do that. Take him to a movie. He's already eaten.
I'll say, Red, did you make any resolutions for
That's
1946?
a good joke. Too bad it wasn't in the script.
Did you make any resolutions for 1946?
Yeah, I got a couple I'll sell you. I won't be able to keep them. Well, Happy New Year to you, Anita.
Oh, the same to you, Red.
Hey, tell me, how did you see the New Year in?
Oh, I spent the evening with my mother.
Oh. No other girl can make that statement. That is still breathing.
Oh, but I enjoyed it, Red. We listened to the radio and really had a wonderful time.
Really?
There was only one thing wrong.
Why?
Just as I got to bed about 12:30, some crazy fellow started pounding at my door. Why, I could have killed him.
Gee, that's awful.
What did you do?
I nearly got killed. Say, did you make any New Year's resolutions, Rod?
Oh, I certainly did. You know, I resolved to be more helpful to people.
Oh, well, you know, sort of a two-ton Mr. Anthony, huh? Well, look, I've got a problem. You are a happy little blimp at that. I can't find an apartment, Mr. O'Connor, and I'm sick of living in that tool chest with the built-in bird bath. Do you think you can find me something?
Well, I can't do anything about the housing shortage, Red.
No?
But when it comes to brand new cars, that's different.
Why?
You know, friends, the makers of Raleigh cigarettes are giving brand new cars away every day.
No kidding.
Yes, each and every day someone wins a Chevrolet. That's 7 winners, 7 cars given away every week. You can win one just as easily as the winner I'll announce in a few seconds. This is all you have to do.
Complete this sentence in 25 words or less. We should all buy victory bonds because. Got it? We should all buy victory bonds because. Send your entries to Raleigh Cigarettes, Box 1200, Chicago, Illinois, together with 2 complete wrappers from 2 packs of Raleigh cigarettes.
Now, don't put it off. Write your prize-winning sentence and mail it tonight. Win yourself a brand new car, just as this winner of December 28th.
The winner of December the 28th was my cousin Joe. And will he be surprised? He didn't even send in an entry. No, I'm kidding. The real winner was Carl Bergstrom, Jr. of Superior, Wisconsin, and congratulations, Mr. Bergstrom.
More winners announced on this program tonight.
And remember, smokers, Raleigh's are the only cigarettes that give you all 3. Throat protection, better taste, lasting freshness.
Thank you, gentlemen. And now it's time for Anita Ellis to answer a musical question. How deep is the ocean?
How much do I love you? I'll tell you no lie. How deep is the ocean? How high is the sky? How many times a day do think of you. How many roses are sprinkled with dew? How far would I travel just to be where you are? How far is the journey from here to star? And if I ever lost you, how much would I cry? How deep is the ocean? How high is the sky? The strength of my love for you is more than a heart and fold. How deep is the ocean?
Thank you very much. The first story we read this year from our Skelton Scrapbook of Satire is entitled Bells and Resolution. Our characters are fictional. If you think there's any similarity to persons living, don't you believe it. Chapter 33 is entitled The Bells of Big Fork, Montana. Once upon a time, there lived a fearless cowboy named Deadeye, and every year he would ride into town to help with the New Year's celebration, a week in advance, the Flathead County. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, come on, horse! Whoa! That horse spends every nickel he gets on them jute boxes. Think I'll go into Big Jim Brown's bar here. Howdy, folks. Hey, piano player, how about playing my favorite tune? No, not that one, the other one. That's it. Symphony. I love that. Oh, there's my gal, Margie the Clipper. It's been so long since I've seen a woman, I don't know whether you hug 'em before you say howdy or after.
Howdy, Deadeye.
I guess it's after. Happy New Year, gal. Gosh, you look sweet enough to kiss.
Yeah, and you look dumb enough to try it.
Yeah. Same old gal.
And you're the same old Deadeye. Still bow-legged.
Oh, I ain't so bow-legged.
Well, then put your knees together.
Well, look at that. 4 feet taller.
What's new, Deadeye? What's this I heard about you having a pistol duel with a horse thief? Thought you were going to reform. I thought you resolved in 1945 to get a steady job and take home an honest man's living.
I did. You show me where the honest man hides it, and I'll take it home in 1946.
Did you fight this guy in honest duel?
Yeah, even let him shoot first. Then I stepped from behind the tree and plugged him. It was fair and square. I got a fair deal, and he got a square box.
Well, are you going to bring in the new year with the honest, law-abiding citizens of this town?
Yeah, by the way, how many good law-abiding citizens are there in this town now?
I don't know.
Let's go over to the cemetery and count them, huh? Hey, any of you hombres want to make $1,000?
$1,000?
Sounds like somebody pretty desperate for a pound of butter, don't it?
4 days for New Year's Eve, and I'll pay $1,000 to anyone who rides to the top of McGregor Mountain and ring that bell in the old Mission Tower at midnight.
You got your man there, stranger. I'm the best cowboy in the West. Of course, I don't have a pretty English accent like Errol Flynn. But I am brave, you know.
You ring that bell, and $1,000 is yours.
Okay.
Deadeye, are you nuts? The Blackfoot Indians say that bell is bad enough to anyone who goes near it.
Yeah, that's why I'm hiring somebody that don't know about the so-called superstition of that bell and let him ring it.
Gosh, Deadeye, you think of everything, don't you?
Nope, just them pitchers and esquires. Who just came in over there?
Howdy, neighbors.
Howdy. Stranger around here?
Yep, I'm from Texas.
Panhandle?
Only when I can't find work.
Say, nice gear you're wearing there. Them boots, they genuine cowhide?
They sure is. I'll prove it. I'll rub them together.
Grade A, too, eh? Say, how would you like a job around here bringing in the new year? We need someone to ring a bell.
How much do you pay?
I'll pay what I feel like. What do you want?
I want you to feel good. Shall I say $20?
If you want to, go ahead. Say $20. I'm going to say 10.
Okay, it's a deal. That sounds like a better deal. Then if you don't pay me, you don't owe me so much.
Yeah. Well, shall we get going? The horses are outside.
Okay. I saw your horse. He looks just like that Lone Ranger's horse, Silver.
No, this is his brother, Stainless Steel. Well, we're off to ring the big bell. So long, gal.
So long, Deadeye.
Say, Deadeye, where is this bell? We've been climbing for 3 days, and I'm mighty hungry.
Oh.
Why, I'm so skinny now I'm holding my pants up with my teeth, and it ain't easy.
How come?
No teeth.
Well, why don't you forget about food? Think about something else. Think about women.
I'd rather think about food.
Instead of women?
Yep.
Boy, I hope I never get that hungry. There it is, the big bell in the Robbins old mission there. Look how big that thing is. Kind of cold here. We still got 5 minutes before 1946.
Hey, Deadeye, what's that big black thing walking around the front door there? It looks like a bear.
A bear? Don't be silly. You're just so hungry you think you see food. It's a mirage.
It looks like a bear.
It's a mirage. Of course, some mirages are noisier than others. Look, you go over and make friends with that bear, and I'll go up and ring the bell.
Who, me?
That's who I'm looking at. Look, that bear is just as scared of you as you are of him.
I don't see no goose pimples on him.
Now, look, go on over there. If you were to go over there real fast, that bear would run.
Yeah, home and tell the other bears what he's found for dinner.
Look, I'll tell you what, he's getting pretty close to it. You go ring the bell, and I'll take care of the bear. That's funny. I'm going forward, but my feet are going backward. All right, bear, now, none of that stuff. Just come a little closer. Just come a little closer. Well, that was a little too close.
Did he get you?
No, but help me get my pants out of his teeth, will you? I'll fix them. This 45 will make them lay down and take notice. There now. There now. See, all right, I'll lay down, Bear, but give me my gun back.
Oh, you? Hey, Deadeye.
Yeah?
I'm up to the bell, and it's midnight.
Hey, we're going to get that $1,000. Go ahead, ring it. Hot dog, we've got it.
Look out for the bell.
Now, look, Bear, I've had enough out of you. I'm going to open your mouth and break your jaws with my bare hands. Oh, well, I can always count that money with my toes.
Say, Red, let's start the new year off right for someone by giving them a swell prize.
Okay. Mrs. Lou Buttons, you win Van Johnson.
No, Red. No? We're going to announce another winner in Raleigh's Car Day contest. You know, friends, each and every day someone wins a brand new car. Every day, mind you, 7 cars each week. To date, 50 cars have already been given away by the makers of Raleigh cigarettes. And one of these might just as well be yours. They're new 1946 Chevrolets, and they're so easy to win. This is all you have to do.
Complete this sentence in 25 additional words or less. We should all buy victory bonds because... Send your entries to Raleigh Cigarettes, Box 1200, Chicago, Illinois, together with 2 complete wrappers from 2 packs of Raleigh cigarettes.
Enter again and again because winners are chosen from entries received each day. Yes, each day a new winner.
Entries are judged on uniqueness, originality, and most convincing statement. Judge's decision final. Duplicate prizes in case of ties. Entries become property of Raleigh Cigarettes. Contest limited to United States and members of the armed forces abroad.
Send in your prize-winning sentence tonight and win yourself a new car, just as this winner of December 29th.
A new Chevrolet goes to Dan Benson of Salt Lake City, Utah. Congratulations, Mr. Benson.
More winners announced tomorrow night in the Raleigh Room, starring Hildegard. Be sure to listen.
Thank you. And now back to Forever 02. Chapter 35 of the Skelton Scrapbook. As we turn the page, we find a clipping from Believe It or Not. It says David Forrester is the only musician in the world whose orchestra is composed of 32 relatives. Tonight, the old Forrester family will stagger through the Camptown races. Thank you. You have a few relatives in the audience, too, tonight, I see. Chapter 36 in the scrapbook is entitled Resolutions. Starting the new year right is a feat for some people, but wrong or right, Junior shows Granny that he is still the mean widow kid. In the bathtub, singing in the bathtub. I'm singing in the shower.
Junior! Where are you? Where are you?
I'm in here taking a shower. Rubbing me little toe.
That's a good boy.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
And the same to you, Grandma. Come in.
Oh, no, dear. Granny will stay out here while you're taking your shower.
No, come on. It's all right. Come on in. I got me clothes on.
What? Junior. Oh, dear, and I thought 1946 would be different.
In the shower.
Look at you. You're soaking wet.
I am messing, huh?
When you take a shower, you're supposed to take your clothes off.
Now she tells me.
Did you wash your face good?
Yes, I did.
What's all that dirt behind your ear?
That's where I wash it to.
Junior, do you know what day this is?
Certainly I does. I wasn't born yesterday, you know.
Well, what day is it?
Well, let's see. 30 days has September, and Uncle George for driving while he was...
Junior! I asked you what day this is.
Does you know?
Certainly.
Then why should we both waste each other's time discussing something we both know? Boy, women are so exasperating sometimes.
Junior.
Exasperating.
Junior.
I'd like to look that word up someday.
Yes. This is the first day of the new year.
Yes. And it should be full of new possibilities, you know.
I hope that you've made a resolution to do bigger and better things.
Yes, I had. Yes, I had. If my resolutions work out like I had them planned, this year the fire department should be pretty busy.
What do you mean?
You'll hear about it later. I had been reading up on the atomic bomb. Not only will you hear about it, the whole town will hear about it. part of me here, part of me there, part of me there. That will be Junior all over there.
Junior, you're only kidding.
You just keep laughing, kiddo, that's all.
Do you realize what New Year's Day means?
Yes, I does. It means that Grandpa won't be able to get out of bed for 2 days, don't it?
That's enough.
Don't you hit me.
Now, start in a hurry and change your clothes. We'll go say Happy New Year to Jim the Harkin.
Oh, boy, it's good crowded today, ain't it, Granny?
Now, hold on to my hand.
I will not do this. I will not. I is a big boy now. I is a year older
All
now.
right, well then, darling, why don't you make a new resolution in 1946 to help other people?
Oh.
Won't you take poor old Grandma's hand and help Grandma cross the street?
Okay, I will do this. Here. Now, hold tight, Grandma. Don't get hurt, you know.
Well, now that I have a good hold on your mitten, Junior, I might as well tell you that I was just using child psychology on you.
Oh, really? Well, now that you got a good hold on me mitten, Grandma, I may as well tell you that me hand ain't in it. He's got a nice house here, isn't he?
Oh, I hope Jim's home.
Jim? Who's this Jim you talk about? Or...
This gentleman is a very dear friend of mine, Junior.
Oh.
If I'd met him before I'd married your grandfather, well, sometimes I wonder.
No, now that's not right, because if you hadn't married Grandpa, then you would never met Mummy. And if without Mummy, you wouldn't have me.
All right, so I made a mistake.
Yeah.
Well, Happy New Year, Verna.
Look at that old
My, you look younger every day.
Yeah, you know, Benjamin Franklin used to tell her the same thing, you know.
Verna, you don't look a day over 40.
Really?
No, I'm wrong. You don't look a day over 35.
How wrong can you be around here?
Oh, I'm sorry. Happy New Year to you.
Ah, shut up.
Junior.
Won't you come in? My Junior, you must be a lot of good company for your grandmother.
Trusting old soul, ain't you? You've got a nice house here, you know.
Thank you. Verna, remember the first New Year's we met?
Yes, you gave me a lift on a bicycle.
A bicycle built for two, I hope.
Well, no.
Well, let's not get sickening about it.
Junior. Jim, you must come over to dinner sometime.
Oh, thank you.
Does you like turkey, Jim?
Yes,
Well, bring one over. We cook it.
Junior!
By the way, where is your husband?
No, he's home sleeping it off.
Junior, at times I can't figure you out.
Well, stick around, kiddo. You will. Get over there. Oh, look, you got a kitty cat, ain't you?
No, don't get rough with the kitty.
Look at him.
Don't get rough with him. He might scratch you and get blood poisoning.
Yes, he... Boy, they sure does love me, don't they, huh? Boy, ain't you a dandy cat. Look how fuzzy you is, boy. I'm going to take you home with me, boy. Here, come up and look. Yes. Boy, he's fast. Where'd he go? He jumped right out of my arm. There, oh, there he is up on that shelf. I will climb up there and get him. Come on, cat. Clumsy cat. It was the cat's fault he had on his overshoes.
Good heavens! What happened in here?
Junior, what on earth are you doing?
There won't be no inflation now because everything's come down.
Junior, for that you have to be punished.
I know. I was bad, so you go ahead and spank me. Go ahead. Run your beautiful hands, but spank me. Go ahead.
I don't have beautiful hands.
Yes, you do. They're so soft, so smooth, so Jergens-like, you know. But go ahead.
Well, run along.
He's really got these fan hands, but I got my spinal column to worry about. Now, where'd that cat go? Oh, there's a big box with a lid on it. I'll put him in there, then I know where he is when I'm ready to take him home. Look at him. Come on. Where'd he go? There he is. Now, come on. Now I got you. In the box you go. Here, go my nose. Stop it. Hey, Grandma. Let me out of this box, will you?
on every Tuesday night at the same time. Red Skelton, David Forrester and his orchestra, Anita Ellis, Verna Felton, Gigi Pearson, Pat McGeehan, and yours truly, Rod O'Connor. Until next Tuesday, then.
This is Red Skelton saying goodbye now. Thanks for listening. And remember, the boy's still overseas. Right.
And remember, listen to Hildegard tomorrow night and The People Are Funny with Art Linkletter Friday night over most of these stations. Red Skelton is heard in this program through the courtesy of Metro Golden Bear.
Sir Walter Raleigh. That's the tobacco that leaves your pipe as clean as a whistle. It's carefully blended from rich, ripe burleys and mellowed with just a touch of rum to enhance the natural, full-bodied flavor. Get Sir Walter Raleigh, the quality pipe tobacco of America.
Red Skelton is brought to you by the Brown and Williamson Tobacco Corporation.
Turn back the clock to yesterday. Jack Benny asked his cast to drop in for an early rehearsal. And at the moment, we find Rochester in the library preparing for their arrival.
Old man Benny, that old man Benny, he won't waste nothing and don't spend nothing. He just keeps rolling. He keeps on rolling. Rochester. Can it be the tree that fell? Oh, no, it isn't.
Rochester. Rochester, I've been calling you.
Sorry, boss, I was carried away with my voice.
Oh, fine.
Well, I'm becoming quite a popular singer. You know, they call Bing Crosby the droner.
Uh-huh.
And they call Andy Russell the spooner.
I know. What do they call you?
The razor's edge.
You sound more like the yearling. Now, Rochester, my cast should be here soon for rehearsal. My cast comes later, by the way. Have you got everything ready?
Yes, sir. I've got the chairs, the scripts, and the pencil.
Good.
And I filled the Coca-Cola machine and turned off the water.
Turn the water on again. At our last rehearsal, Miss Livingston fainted. Nobody had a nickel. We had an awful time bringing her through. Anyway, this is the holiday season, and I'd like to serve them the eggnog I told you to make this morning. You did make it, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Is it good?
Want to smell my breath?
No. No, I'm on the wagon. But you know, Rochester, that's a strange drink. I wonder why anyone would ever think of mixing eggs and bourbon.
It's purely psychological, boss.
Psychological?
Yeah, you see, the eggs make you think you're getting something very helpful.
Uh-huh.
And the bourbon makes that fact unimportant.
Well, that's logical. By the way, Rochester, how much eggnog did you make?
About 250 gallons.
250 gallons? For goodness sake, well, I don't want to drink it. I don't want to bathe in it. I want to drink it. I don't want to bathe in it. Don't look at me like that. I defy your next line to get a laugh.
Well, to each his own.
You fooled me. All right. Make some sandwiches, too.
Yeah.
Come away with me, Lucille, in my merry Oldsmobile. I'll get it, Rochester. You can go as far as you like with me in my merry Oldsmobile. I think I'll get a green one. It blends into the sagebrush on Mulholland Drive.
Hello, Jack.
Oh, Mary, come on in. You're the first one here.
Yes, how come you call rehearsal so early?
Well, Mary, I'll tell you the truth. I have a date tonight with Gladys Zabisco.
Gladys Zabisco? Oh, Jack, surely you can do better than that.
Look, Mary, Gladys is very nice. She may not be the most beautiful girl in the world, but she's got a nice figure.
I know, but does she have to walk that way?
Mary.
That's not her fault. She's nearsighted, and she anticipates the curb in the middle of the block. Anyway, we're going to have a nice time. I'm taking her to a nightclub.
Slapsy Maxie?
Slapsy Maxie's with Gladys? Not after what happened last time.
No, Jack, it wasn't the manager's fault that people came up to her and said, "May I have your autograph, Maxie?"
Imagine mistaking Gladys for Slapsy Maxie. She's only got one cauliflower ear. By the way, Mary, would you like a glass of eggnog?
Oh, sure, Jack. I'd love to have a... Wait a minute. Who made the eggnog?
Rochester. Why? What's the matter?
Well, last Christmas I tasted some of Rochester's eggnog, and the next thing I knew I was at the Rose Bowl game.
Oh, you saw the game?
Saw it nothing. I was playing left tackle for Alabama.
Stop kidding. Now, come on, have one. I'll get it. Hello?
Oh, Mr. Benny, this is Dennis. What time is rehearsal?
1 o'clock.
Well, what time is it now?
1:45.
Oh, then I guess I won't have enough time to shave.
Dennis, why should it take you 15 minutes to shave?
I haven't got the fuzz yet.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
It takes me 3 months to get a 5 o'clock shadow.
All right, now hurry over here. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
All that fuzz over a little fuzz.
Jack, was that Dennis on the telephone?
Yeah, it was me.
Yeah, he's... Dennis! Now, how'd you get here so quickly?
I was on the extension in the kitchen.
Oh.
I would have been here sooner, but I couldn't get a cab.
Stop that. Now, Dennis, will you stop being so silly and have a glass of eggnog?
Oh, boy, eggnog. That's for me. Oh, wait a minute. Who made that eggnog?
Rochester. Why not?
Last Christmas I tasted some of Rochester's eggnog, and the next thing I knew, Mary was playing in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, I know.
Say, Dennis, I meant to ask you, how do you like your broadcast on its new time?
Oh, swell. We did our first one last Wednesday, and we have a new slogan for the program.
Slogan?
Yeah. Listen to Dennis Day on Wednesday.
Say, that's cute. Listen to Dennis Day on Wednesday.
Wouldn't it be awful if my name was Hassenpfeffer?
What?
Listen to Hassenpfeffer on Wassenpfeffer Day.
Tune in next week at the same Hassenpfeffer. I know.
Say, Jack, I forgot to tell you I got a note from Mama yesterday.
Mama, you did? Well, what did the Judy Canova of Plainfield have to say?
She was very excited about my sister Babe taking my place in the program.
Really?
But you know, Jack, you made a mistake when you announced that it was Babe's first appearance.
Mary, you mean your sister's been on the radio before?
Uh-huh. Mama said Babe's been on the Bride and Groom program 4 times.
4 times?
And she wants to go on again, but they won't let her.
Why?
Because every time they pause 10 seconds for station identification, the groom gets away.
Holy smoke, what does Babe do?
What can she do? She leans into the microphone, calls Dr. IQ, and says, "I'll take that gentleman you have in the balcony."
Mary, if I didn't know your sister, Babe, I'd think you were making the whole thing up. Come in.
Hello, Jack, Mary, Dennis.
Oh, hello, Don.
Oh, hello, Don. Hi, kid. Come on in, Don. We're about ready to rehearse.
Jack, before we do anything, I want to show you something.
What?
Look.
Don, you're wearing the shoelaces I gave you for Christmas. How nice.
Don, you can take the card off. Everybody knows who gave them to you.
Well, I'm not taking it off. I want to make sure people know what a cheap gift Jack gave me.
What?
13 years I've been with you, Jack. 13 years. And you show your appreciation with a lousy pair of shoelaces.
What? That's certainly gratitude for you. What are you complaining about, Don? That certainly wasn't such a hot gift you sent me.
What did he send you, Jack?
A gold watch. A wristwatch, yet.
Well, what's wrong with a gold watch?
What's wrong with it? You walk down the street wearing an expensive thing like that, somebody hits you over the head, takes it away from you, and your money, too. Anyway, Don, let's shake hands and forget the whole thing.
Okay, Jack, I'm sorry I lost my temper.
Oh, that's all right, Don. So, by the way, would you like a glass of eggnog?
Eggnog? Say, that's one of my favorite... Wait a minute. Who made it?
Rochester. What's the matter with Rochester's eggnog?
Last Christmas I tasted some, and the next thing I knew,
Dennis was playing Mary in the Rose Bowl. Everybody comes in with the same thing here.
Hiya, Jackson. Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Bill. Hi, everybody. Hey, Jackson.
What?
Hey, what's the idea of calling the rehearsal so early?
Well, I'm going to a nightclub, Bill. I got a date.
With a girl?
What do you think, a horse?
Well, it could be. Could be. They're running at Santa Anita again, and oats are cheaper than orchids. Oh, Harris, you ought to be with Joan Crawford and John Garfield. You're so humorous.
Phil, why don't you jump in the lake and see if that point on your head will right underwater?
Oh, come on, Jack. Everyone's here. Let's get on with the rehearsal.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Phil, would you like a glass of eggnog?
Eggnog? Now you're talking, Stubber. Eggnog. Where's that? Hey, wait a minute. Who made that eggnog?
Rochester.
Oh, lead me to it.
Oh, Rochester, will you pour a glass of eggnog for Mr. Harris?
Yes, sir. Here you are, Mr. Harris.
Oh, thank you, Roch. Oh, this looks wonderful. Shangri-La with a head on it. Hey, tell me something, Roch. How'd you make this eggnog?
I used 1 egg to 5 quarts of bourbon.
1-5, huh? Well, here's down the hatch.
Mr. Harris. Mr. Harris. Mr. Harris, what happened?
Are you sure that egg was fresh?
Drink it down, Mr. Harris. The first sip's the hardest.
Okay, here goes.
Well, Phil, how do you like it? Phil, how do you like it?
Jackson, what are you doing here at the Rose Bowl?
I'm not at the Rose Bowl yet. Rochester, pour me a ticket.
Yes, sir. I'll take your glass, Mr. Harris.
Well, Buddy Young, what are you doing?
Look, Phil, you had your drink, you had your joke. Now let's get on with the rehearsal. Dennis, we'll have your song first.
Okay.
Kid, let's rehearse the script and make it quick so I can leave early. Say, would any of you kids like to join us? I'm taking Gladys to a nightclub.
Oh, thanks, Jack, but I can't make it.
Me either.
I'd like to go, Jack.
Okay. How about you, Dennis?
Sure, fine. I'll take Mary.
Well, that'll be swell.
Hey, Mary, will you give me a kiss when I take you home?
Well, I don't know, Dennis. I'll think about it.
Now, think fast, sister. I ain't blowing my dough for nothing.
Dennis.
I heard that line in the movies, but I never had a chance to use it before.
I'm glad you got it off your chest. Now, kid.
Hey, Jackson, what are you going out tonight for? Why don't you wait till New Year's Eve?
No, Rochester and I always celebrate New Year's Eve at home.
At home?
Yeah, 5 minutes to 12. I tiptoe up to Mr. Berry's room, wake him up. He blows a horn, falls back on the pillow, and that's it.
Yeah. What are you laughing at, Mary?
You just can't get away from it, can you, Jack?
Away from what?
The horn blows at midnight.
Oh, cut it out, will you, kid? We've got a... Oh, my goodness, look what time it is. I'll tell you what. We can all go over the script tomorrow morning. I got to leave now and pick up Gladys. Come on, Mary. Come on, Dennis, let's go.
those people in that little room. Boy, are they jammed together.
That's the coat room. Those are coats.
Oh, I wondered why they didn't have their pants on.
Never mind. I'll get a table. Come on, Gladys.
Right behind you, Sadie.
Good. Now, let's see. Where's the head waiter? Oh, Mister, yes. Are you the head waiter?
Well, what do you think I am in this tuxedo? A shill for Forest Lawn?
Look, I'd like to get a table for 4.
Well, thank heavens you didn't ask for 5.
Why?
I wouldn't sit with you for $1 million.
Cut that out and get us a table.
All right, walk this way.
It's an old gag, but I'll try. Come on, Sid.
Here you are, folks.
Say, this is a pretty good table at that, isn't it, Gladys?
It sure is, Speedy.
Boy, what a crowd. Mary, where are you sitting?
Right behind you, Speedy.
Well, pull your chair over. Well, kid, come on, let's order.
Pardon me, folks, pardon me, but have you seen my wife?
No, we haven't seen her.
Oh, well, thank you, and a happy
Same to you. Now, let's see. What do I don't know what I wanted.
Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. This is Herbie Vigran, your master of ceremonies for the evening. Now, in just a minute, we're going to have some dancing. But while the orchestra is setting up, I've got a little joke for you.
Hey, this guy looks pretty sharp, doesn't he, Gladys?
I've only got eyes for you, Speedy.
I know.
Oh, brother. A funny thing happened on the way to the club tonight. The panhandler stopped me on the street and said, "Hey, mister, would you give me $50 for a cup of coffee?" So I said to him, $50 for a cup of coffee? And he said, "Yeah, I want to drink it at the Rose Bowl game."
What a lousy joke. I wonder if Fred Allen knows that guy's stealing his stuff. That was awful, wasn't it, Gladys?
Ain't it the truth?
Yeah.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, everybody dance!
What do you say we dance, kid? Come on, Dennis, get up.
Gee, I'd love to, but what will the girls do?
I mean, you dance with Mary. Gladys and I'll sit this one out.
Come on, Dennis.
Gee, you're a swell dancer, Mary.
Well, thanks, Dennis, but don't hold me so tight.
Okay. Hey, Libby, have you ever thought about getting married?
What?
I got my own show now, you know.
Oh, Dennis, stop being silly.
If you turn me down, I'll kill myself.
Dennis, you're crazy, but you're kind of cute.
Gladys, should we get up on the floor and show him something?
A little later, Speedy. Let's sit here, just the two of us.
Okay.
Say, Speedy, do you mind if I hold your hand?
No. I'd love you to, Gladys.
Thanks. Gee, Speedy, your hand is as smooth as silk.
You've got my tie. You know, Gladys, when we're holding hands, I feel like a heel.
Oh, sugar boy, don't talk like that.
Well, I can't help it. I never should have let you take that job. The pipe wrench has skinned your knuckles.
I know, but thanks to me, West Los Angeles has sewers now. By the way, it was thoughtful of you to send me the perfume for Christmas.
That's all right. Anyway, it won't be long now. 3 more miles, the pipe will be out of the beach, and you can quit.
Pardon me, folks, pardon me, but have you seen my wife?
No, we haven't.
Oh, well, thank you, and a happy New Year.
Same to you. Come on, Gladys, let's dance.
Right behind you, Speedy.
Hey, this is swell music, isn't it, Gladys?
You said it.
Yeah. I love dancing with you. Da-da-da-dum, bee-bum, bee-da-da-dum. Da-da-da-dee-dum, bee-da-da-dee.
Ouch, my foot!
Oh, I'm sorry, Tootsie Roll. I hope I didn't dirty your shoes.
No, I left them under the table.
I thought you looked shorter.
the skies are clear. And if you want to go walking, dear, it's delightful, it's delicious, it's delightful. LSM, OMSG, OLSS, that's for me. It's delightful, it's delicious, it's delightful. You can tell at a glance what a swell night this is for romance. You can hear
That's my quartet, the Sportsmen. So this is where they're working.
Well, folks, are you ready to order your dinner?
Yeah, I'm hungry. What do you have, Gladys?
Recapere on a rack saves the grease.
Gladys, this isn't a drive-in. Waiter, she wants scrambled eggs on toast. What do you have, Mary?
I don't think they've got them here, but I'd like a chiswee sandwich.
Yes, ma'am. Shall I fill the holes with mustard, or do you like to play peekaboo?
Bring the mustard on the side. We'll add lib. Now, let's see. I think I'll have crab meat Louis. You order, Dennis.
Spaghetti Louis.
Spaghetti Louis?
I thought that was the waiter's name.
Of course not.
It is too.
Louis?
No, spaghetti.
Well, hurry the food, waiter.
Pardon me, folks, pardon me, but have you seen my wife?
No, we haven't seen your wife.
Well, if you ever do, you'll know why I started drinking.
What? Huh? I didn't think he was going to come down that time. What a guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we start our Gala Floor Show, I'd like to say that we're honored tonight by having with us a very famous celebrity.
Oh, I wish they'd leave me alone.
This gentleman whom you all love is a very popular star of stage, screen, and radio.
Gladys, let me have your comb.
Here you are.
Oh, I take great pleasure in presenting to you that popular idol of millions, Rodney Dangerfield.
What? We have to be sitting at the next table.
You've all seen Mr. Dangerfield in those outstanding Western pictures, and with a little encouragement, maybe we can get him to say a few words.
Thank you, folks. Thank you kindly. It sure is a thrill and a pleasure to meet so many of my fans.
What a hand.
And I'd like to say that my next picture, Hop Along Shapiro, is going to be even better than my last picture, The Cactus Blooms at Midnight.
So after me.
And now, friends, I'd like to introduce my co-star who's right here at the table with me. Take a bow, Desert Pain.
How do you like that? He even brought his horse. Gladys, give me your handkerchief. Thanks.
Anyway, you folks didn't come to hear me talk all night. So I just wanted to...
Pardon me, Mr. Dangerfield. Would you please put your autograph on this menu?
Why, certainly, miss.
Thank you.
So, folks, I just want to wish a very happy and prosperous New Year.
Imagine introducing a ham like Rodney Dangerfield. Come on, kids, let's get out of
But,
here.
Jack, we ordered food.
I don't care what we ordered. Let him give it to the horse. I'm going home.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have another celebrity with us tonight. None other than Jack Benny.
Well.
Are you going to stay now, Jack?
Certainly. What are you mad about? Sit down, Gladys. Ladies and gentlemen, Master of Ceremonies, my worthy colleague, Mr. Dangerfield, and... Why don't you turn your head? Ladies and gentlemen, for a moment I want you to forget that I'm Jack Benny, that scintillating star of stage, screen, and radio. I want to talk to you as one of your friends. I want to take this opportunity to wish all of you and yours and everybody all over the world good health and happiness throughout the year. And now I'd like to tell you just a few things about my next picture. My next picture was even later. Guest next week will be Miss Lauren Bacall. Happy New Year, everybody.
So the first turn back the clock to yesterday. Jack Benny asked his cast to drop in for an early rehearsal. And at the moment, we find Rochester in the library preparing for their arrival.
Oh, man, Benny, that old man, Benny, he won't waste nothing and don't spend nothing. He just keeps rolling. He keeps on rolling.
Rochester.
Can it be the trees that fell down and let me go? Oh, no, it isn't.
Rochester. Rochester, I've been calling you.
Sorry, boss, I was carried away with my voice.
Oh, fine.
Well, I'm becoming quite a popular singer. You know, they call Bing Crosby the droner.
Uh-huh.
And they call Andy Russell the swooner.
I know. What do they call you?
The razor's edge.
You sound more like the yearling. Now, Rochester, my cast should be here soon for rehearsal. My cast comes later, by the way. Have you got everything ready?
Yes, sir. I've got the chairs, the scripts, and the pencil.
Good.
And I filled the Coca-Cola machine and turned off the water.
Turn the water on again. At our last rehearsal, Miss Livingston fainted. Nobody had a nickel. We had an awful time bringing her to. Anyway, this is the holiday season, and I'd like to serve them the eggnog I told you to make this morning. You did make it, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Is it good?
Want to smell my breath?
No. No, I'm on the wagon. But you know, Rochester, that's a strange drink. I wonder why anyone would ever think of mixing eggs and bourbon.
It's purely psychological, boss.
Psychological?
Yeah, you see, the eggs make you think you're getting something very helpful.
Uh-huh.
And the bourbon makes that fact unimportant.
Well, that's logical. By the way, Rochester, how much eggnog did you make?
About 250 gallons.
250 gallons? For goodness sake, I don't want to drink it. I don't want to bathe in it. I want to drink it. I don't want to bathe in it. Don't look at me like that. I defy your next line to get a laugh.
Well, to each his own.
You fooled me. All right. Make some sandwiches, too.
Yeah.
Come away with me, Lucille, in my merry Oldsmobile. I'll get it, Rochester. You can go as far as you like with me in my merry Oldsmobile. I think I'll get a green one. It blends into the sagebrush on Mulholland Drive.
Hello, Jack.
Oh, Mary, come on in. You're the first one here.
Jack, how come you call rehearsal so early?
Well, Mary, to tell you the truth, I have a date tonight with Gladys Nabisco.
Gladys Nabisco? Oh, Jack, surely you can do better than that.
Look, Mary, Gladys is very nice. She may not be the most beautiful girl in the world, but she got a nice figure.
I know, but does she have to walk that way?
Mary, that's not her fault. She's nearsighted, and she anticipates the curb in the middle of the block. Anyway, we're going to have a nice time. I'm taking her to a nightclub.
Slapsy Maxie's?
Slapsy Maxie's with Gladys? Not after what happened last time.
No, Jack, it wasn't the manager's fault that people came up to her and said, "May I have your autograph, Maxie?"
Imagine mistaking Gladys for Slapsy Maxie. She's only got one cauliflower here. By the way, Mary, would you like a glass of eggnog?
Oh, sure, Jack. I'd love to have a... Wait a minute. Who made the eggnog?
Rochester. Why? What's the matter?
Well, last Christmas I tasted some of Rochester's eggnog, and the next thing I knew I was at the Rose Bowl game.
Oh, you saw the game?
Saw it nothing. I was playing left tackle for Alabama.
Stop kidding. Now, come on, have one. I'll get it. Hello?
Oh, Mr. Benny, this is Dennis. What time is rehearsal?
1 o'clock.
Well, what time is it now?
1:45.
Oh, then I guess I won't have enough time to shave.
Dennis, why should it take you 15 minutes to shave?
I haven't got the fuzz yet.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
It takes me 3 months to get a 5 o'clock shadow.
Now hurry over here. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
All that fuzz over a little fuzz.
Jack, was that Dennis on the telephone?
Yeah, it was me.
Yeah, he's... Dennis! Now, how'd you get here so quickly?
I was on the extension in the kitchen.
Oh.
I would have been here sooner, but I couldn't get a cab.
Stop that. Now, Dennis, will you stop being so silly and have a glass of eggnog?
Oh, boy, eggnog. That's for me. Wait a minute. Who made that eggnog?
Rochester.
Uh-uh.
Why not?
Last Christmas, I tasted some of Rochester's eggnog, and the next thing I knew, Mary was playing in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, I know.
Say, Dennis, I meant to ask you, how do you like your broadcast on its new time?
Oh, swell. We did our first one last Wednesday, and we have a new slogan for the program.
Slogan?
Yeah. Listen to Dennis Day on Wednesday.
Say, that's cute. Listen to Dennis Day on Wednesday.
Wouldn't it be awful if my name was Hassenpfeffer?
What?
Listen to Hassenpfeffer on Wassenpfeffer Day.
Tune in next week at the same Hassenpfeffer. I know.
Say, Jack, I forgot to tell you I got a note from Mama yesterday.
Mama, you did? Well, what did the Judy Canova of Plainfield have to say?
She was very excited about my sister Babe taking my place in the program.
Really?
But you know, Jack, you made a mistake when you announced that it was Babe's first appearance.
Mary, you mean your sister's been on the radio before?
Uh-huh. Mama said Babe's been on the Bride and Groom program 4 times.
4 times?
And she wants to go on again, but they won't let her.
Why?
Because every time they pause 10 seconds for station identification, the groom gets away.
Holy smoke, what does Babe do?
What can she do? She leans into the microphone, calls Dr. IQ, and says, I'll take that gentleman you have in the balcony.
Mary, if I didn't know your sister, Babe, I'd think you were making the whole thing up. Come in.
Hello, Jack, Mary, Dennis.
Oh, hello, Don.
Oh, hello, Don. Hi again. Come on in, Don. We're about ready to rehearse.
Jack, before we do anything, I want to show you something.
What?
Look.
Don, you're wearing the shoelaces I gave you for Christmas. How nice.
Don, you can take the card off. Everybody knows who gave them to you.
Well, I'm not taking it off. I want to make sure people know what a cheap gift Jack gave me.
What?
13 years I've been with you, Jack. 13 years. And you show your appreciation with a lousy pair of shoelaces.
Well. That's certainly gratitude for you. What are you complaining about, Don? That certainly wasn't such a hot gift you sent me.
What did he send you, Jack?
A gold watch. A wristwatch, yet.
Well, what's wrong with a gold watch?
What's wrong with it? You walk down the street wearing an expensive thing like that, somebody hits you over the head, takes it away from you, and your money, too. Anyway, Don, let's shake hands and forget the whole thing.
Okay, Jack, I'm sorry I lost my temper.
Oh, that's all right, Don. By the way, would you like a glass of eggnog?
Eggnog? Say, that's one of my favorite... wait a minute. Who made it?
Rochester. What's the matter with Rochester's eggnog?
Last Christmas I tasted some, and the next thing I knew,
Dennis was playing Mary in the Rose Bowl. Everybody comes in with the same thing here.
Hiya, Jackson. Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Bill. Hi, everybody. Hey, Jackson.
What?
Hey, what's the idea of calling the rehearsal so early?
Well, I'm going to a nightclub, Bill. I got a date.
With a girl?
What do you think, a horse?
Well, it could be. Could be. They're running at Santa Anita again, and oats are cheaper than orchids. Oh, Harris, you ought to be with Joan Crawford and John Garfield. You're so humorous.
Phil, why don't you jump in the lake and see if that point on your head will right underwater?
Oh, come on, Jack. Everyone's here. Let's get on with the rehearsal.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Phil, would you like a glass of eggnog?
Eggnog? Now you're talking, brother. Eggnog. Where's that? Hey, wait a minute. Who made that eggnog?
Rochester.
Oh, lead me to it. Lead me to it, Daddy.
Oh, Rochester, will you pour a glass of eggnog for Mr. Harris?
Yes, sir.
Here you are, Mr. Harris.
Oh, thank you, Roch. Oh, this looks wonderful. Shangri-La with a head on it. Hey, tell me something, Roch. How'd you make this eggnog?
I used 1 egg to 5 quarts of bourbon.
1 to 5, huh? Well, here's down the hatch.
Mr. Harris. Mr. Harris. What happened?
Are you sure that egg was fresh?
Drink it down, Mr. Harris. The first sip's the hardest.
Okay, here goes. Well, Phil, how do you like it? Phil, how do you like it? Jackson, what are you doing here at the Rose Bowl? I'm not at the Rose Bowl yet. Rochester, pour me a ticket.
Yes, sir. I'll take your glass, Mr. Harris.
Well, Buddy Young, what are you doing? Look, Phil, you had your drink, you had your joke. Now let's get on with the rehearsal. Dennis, we'll have your song first.
Okay.
Kids, let's rehearse the script and make it quick so I can leave early. Say, would any of you kids like to join us? I'm taking Gladys to a nightclub.
Oh, thanks, Jack, but I can't make it.
Me either.
I'd like to go, Jack.
Okay. How about you, Dennis?
Sure, fine. I'll take Mary.
Well, that'll be swell.
Hey, Mary, will you give me a kiss when I take you home?
Well, I don't know, Dennis. I'll think about it.
Well, think fast, sister. I ain't blowing my dough for nothing.
Dennis.
I heard that line in the movies, but I never had a chance to use it before.
I'm glad you got it off your chest. Now, kid.
Hey, Jackson, what are you going out tonight for? Why don't you wait till New Year's Eve?
No, Rochester and I always celebrate New Year's Eve at home.
At home?
Yeah, 5 minutes to 12, I tiptoe up to Mr. Berry's room, wake him up, he blows a horn, falls back on the pillow, and that's it.
Yeah. What are you laughing at, Mary?
You just can't get away from it, can you, Jack?
Away from what?
The horn blows at midnight.
Oh, cut it out, will you, kid? We've got a... Oh, my goodness, look what time it is. I'll tell you what. We can all go over the script tomorrow morning. I got to leave now and pick up Gladys. Come on, Mary. Come on, Dennis, let's go.
You'll never get a table in this nightclub. It's too crowded.
Yeah, look at all those people in that little room. Boy, are they jammed together.
That's the coat room. Those are coats.
Oh, I wondered why they didn't have their pants on.
Never mind, I'll get a table. Come on, Gladys.
Right behind you, Sadie.
Good. Now, let's see. Where's the head waiter? Oh, Mister. Yes. Are you the head waiter?
Well, what do you think I am in this tuxedo? A shill for Forest Lawn?
Look, I'd like to get a table for 4.
Well, thank heavens you didn't ask for 5.
Why?
I wouldn't sit with you for $1 million.
Well, cut that out and get us a table.
All right, walk this way.
It's an old gag, but I'll try. Come on, kid.
Here you are, folks.
Say, this is a pretty good table at that, isn't it, Gladys?
It sure is, Speedy.
Boy, what a crowd. Mary, where are you sitting?
Right behind you, Speedy.
Well, pull your chair over. Well, kid, come on, let's order.
Pardon me, folks, pardon me, but have you seen my wife?
No, we haven't seen her.
Oh, well, thank you, and a happy
Same to you. Now, let's see. What do I don't know what I wanted.
Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. This is Herbie Vigran, your master of ceremonies for the evening. Now, in just a minute, we're going to have some dancing. But while the orchestra is setting up, I've got a little joke for you.
Hey, this guy looks pretty sharp, doesn't he, Gladys?
I've only got eyes for you, Sadie.
I know.
Oh, brother.
A funny thing happened on the way to the club tonight. The panhandler stopped me on the street and said, "Hey, mister, would you give me $50 for a cup of coffee?" So I said to him, $50 for a cup of coffee? And he said, "Yeah, I want to drink it at the Rose Bowl game."
What a lousy joke. I wonder if Fred Allen knows that guy's stealing his stuff. That was awful, wasn't it, Gladys?
Ain't it the truth?
Yeah.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, everybody dance!
What do you say we dance, kid? Come on, Dennis, get up.
Gee, I'd love to, but what will the girls do?
I mean, you dance with Mary. Gladys and I will sit this one out.
Come on, Dennis.
Gee, you're a swell dancer, Mary.
Well, thanks, Dennis, but don't hold me so tight.
Okay. Hey, Libby, have you ever thought about getting married?
What?
I got my own show now, you know.
Oh, Dennis, stop being silly.
If you turn me down, I'll kill myself.
Dennis, you're crazy, but you're kind of cute.
Gladys, should we get up on the floor and show them something?
A little later, Speedy. Let's sit here, just the two of us.
Okay.
Say, Speedy, do you mind if I hold your hand?
No. I'd love you to, Gladys.
Thanks. Gee, Speedy, your hand is as smooth as silk.
You've got my tie. You know, Gladys, when we're holding hands, I feel like a heel.
Oh, sugar boy, don't talk like that.
Well, I can't help it. I never should have let you take that job. The pipe wrench has skinned your knuckles.
I know, but thanks to me, West Los Angeles has sewers now. By the way, it was thoughtful of you to send me the perfume for Christmas.
That's all right. Anyway, it won't be long now. 3 more miles, the pipe will be out of the beach, and you can quit.
Pardon me, folks, pardon me, but have you seen my wife?
No, we haven't.
Oh, well, thank you, and a happy New Year.
Same to you. Come on, Gladys, let's dance.
Right behind you, Speedy.
Hey, this is swell music, isn't it, Gladys?
You said it.
Yeah. I love dancing with you. Da-da-da-dum, bee-bum, dee-da-da-dum. Da-da-da-dee-dum, dee-da-da-dee.
Ouch, my foot!
Oh, I'm sorry, Tootsie Roll. I hope I didn't dirty your shoes.
No, I left them under the table.
I thought you looked shorter.
The night is young, the skies are clear, and if you want to go walking, dear, it's delightful, it's delicious, it's LSM, OMFG, that's for me. It's delightful, it's delicious, it's delightful. You can tell at a glance what a swell night this is for romance. You can hear Jim.
That's my quartet, the Sportsmen. So this is where they're working.
Well, folks, are you ready to order your dinner?
Yeah, I'm hungry. What do you have, Gladys?
Reck-a-peer on a rack, save the grease.
Gladys, this isn't a drive-in. Waiter, she wants scrambled eggs on toast. What do you have, Mary?
I don't think they've got them here, but I'd like a chickpea sandwich.
Yes, ma'am. Shall I fill the holes with mustard, or do you like to play peekaboo?
Bring the mustard on the side. We'll add lib. Now, let's see. I think I'll have crab meat Louis. You order, Dennis.
Spaghetti Louis.
Spaghetti Louis?
I thought that was the waiter's name.
Of course not.
It is, too.
Louis?
No, spaghetti.
spaghetti. Oh, well, hurry the food, waiter.
Pardon me, folks, pardon me, but have you seen my wife?
No, we haven't seen your wife.
Well, if you ever do, you'll know why I started drinking.
What? Huh? Really? I didn't think he was going to come down that time. What a guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we start our Gala Floor Show, I'd like to say that we're honored tonight by having with us a very famous celebrity.
Oh, I wish they'd leave me alone when we play.
This gentleman whom you all love is a very popular star of stage, screen, and radio.
Gladys, let me have your comb.
Here you are.
Oh, I take great pleasure in presenting to you that popular idol of millions, Rodney Dangerfield.
What? We have to be sitting at the next table.
You've all seen Mr. Dangerfield in those outstanding Western pictures, and with a little encouragement, maybe we can get him to say a few words.
Thank you, folks. Thank you kindly. It sure is a thrill and a pleasure to meet so many of my fans.
What a ham.
And I'd like to say that my next picture, Hop Along Shapiro, is going to be even better than my last picture, The Cactus Blooms at Midnight.
So after me.
And now, friends, I'd like to introduce my co-star who's right here at the table with me. Take a bow, Desert Pain.
How do you like that? He even brought his horse. Gladys, give me your handkerchief. Thanks.
Anyway, you folks didn't come to hear me talk all night. So I just wanted to...
Pardon me, Mr. Dangerfield. Would you please put your autograph on this menu?
Why, certainly, Biff.
Thank you.
So, folks, I just want to wish you a very happy and prosperous New Year.
Imagine introducing a ham like Rodney Dangerfield. Come on, kids, let's get out of here.
But, Jack, we ordered food.
I don't care what we ordered. Let him give it to the horse. I'm going home.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have another celebrity with us tonight. None other than Jack Benny.
Well.
Are you going to stay now, Jack?
Certainly. What are you mad about? Sit down, Gladys. Ladies and gentlemen, Master of Ceremonies, my worthy colleague, Mr. Dangerfield, and... Why don't you turn your head? Ladies and gentlemen, for a moment I want you to forget that I'm Jack Benny, that scintillating star of stage, screen, and radio. I want to talk to you as one of your friends. I want to take this opportunity to wish all of you and yours and everybody all over the world good health and happiness throughout the year. And now I'd like to tell you just a few things about my next picture. My next picture is going to be even better. My guest next week will be Miss Lauren Bacall. Happy New Year, everybody.
Which way did he go?
That way. Down through the garden.
The stone. It's so dark you can't see. Dr. Rudd. There, at the bottom of the terrace.
Professor Laborde. Laborde, why Oh, good Lord.
What is it?
He must have fallen down the steps, broken his neck.
He's dead.
Midnight, the witching hour when the night is darkest, our fears the strongest, and our strength at its lowest ebb. Midnight, when the graves gape open and death strikes. How? You'll learn the answer in just a minute in The Kabalah. And now, Murder at Midnight. Tales of mystery and terror by radio's masters of the macabre. Our story by Robert Newman is The Kabalah. A rambling house on the outskirts of a small university town. And in the house, a room that seems more like the cell of a medieval alchemist than the study of a college professor. Its walls lined with ancient volumes and astrolabes and other curious instruments. Bent over his desk, Dr. Rudd does not hear the knock on the door at first. But when it's repeated, he says, "Come in."
Al is going, Father. He wanted to say good night to you.
Oh, yes, Alan. Good night.
I was terribly sorry to hear about the decision of the Board of Trustees, sir. I mean, they're refusing to give you a grant to go on with your research.
Oh, that. Well, it doesn't matter. I've about decided to give up the whole project anyway.
Your book?
Yes.
Father, you're not serious. I thought you were almost finished with it.
I am. All but the last chapter. I just can't seem to write that without additional research. And without the last chapter, why, the rest of the book is meaningless.
Oh, isn't there anyone you could talk to about it, sir? Anyone who could help you?
I doubt it, Alan. I think I know as much about the occult as anyone in the world, except perhaps one man.
Who's that, Father?
The man I studied under at the University of Paris. And I haven't heard from him in over 10 years. I'm not even sure that he's still alive. Too bad this is the 20th century, not the 12th.
How so, Dr. Rudd?
Oh, it would have been very simple then. A pentacle, a pair of quartz candles, and I could summon up someone who would make things very easy for me. Yes, right now I really believe I won't sell my soul for the help I need.
Father, you mustn't say things like that, even as a joke.
Well, you're right, Bob. And no one knows it better than I. Well, good night, Alan. See you in the morning.
Right, Dr. Rudd. Good night.
I'll walk you down to the road, Alan.
Oh, fine, dear. Pretty depressed, isn't he?
Father? Yes. Not that I blame him. 4 years' work. The definitive book on occultism, the supernatural. Alan!
Yes, I see it, too. Someone or something lying in the road. Come on.
An old man, and he's dressed so strangely.
He looks like an Arab. Wonder what he's doing around here. Anyway, he seems in a bad way. Here, I'll carry him into the house. You run ahead and tell your father.
All right.
In here, Alan, in my study.
All right.
We'll put him on the couch. What's wrong with him?
Well, it's hard to say, but I think it's just exhaustion.
Oh, his pulse is very weak. Barbara, call Dr. Stevens.
Of course, Father. He's opening his eyes.
Where? What is this place? No, it's all right. You're among friends. We're sending for a doctor.
A doctor? You're kind, but it's too late. Allah stretches his hand out for me.
Nonsense. All you need is some food, rest.
No, I'm dying. But if you are indeed friends, one last request. Will you grant it?
If we possibly can.
I am a Hajj, a Sufi. I come of a long, ancient line. Will you see that I get proper burial?
Oh, yes, of course.
I have no gold, money, but...
He's fainting. Loose this road, Alan.
Right. Say, he's got something hidden here. A parchment scroll.
The Kabalah. You've taken the Kabalah.
It's all right.
No, you must not. It's a curse. Into the fire. Destroy it. If you use it...
Father.
Yes. Yes, he's dead. May his soul rest in peace.
You're very quiet tonight, Dr. Rudd. Thinking about the funeral?
Huh?
Our Arab friend?
Yes, Alan. Partly. And partly about this parchment he had hidden in his room. It seems to be a form of the Kabalah.
That's right. That's what he called it when he got so excited. Wanted you to destroy it. But the Kabalah is just the science of letters and numbers, isn't it?
It's much more than that, Barbara. It's the science of the mystical attributes of letters and numbers, the basis for almost all occultism. But this system is different from any I ever saw before.
Different? How?
Well, this particular system tells how a question can be written out, the letters changed into numbers and manipulated. When the numbers are changed back into letters, they will answer the question.
Listen, Professor, what do you say we try it?
Try it?
Sure. Of course, it's a lot of nonsense, but, well, why not?
Oh, well, all right. There's paper and pencils on my desk.
What are you going to ask, Father?
Oh, something simple, something we can check.
Me, I'm going to ask something really practical. Okay, Professor, let's go.
How are you coming, Father?
Almost finished. Now, let's see. Zadek, Mem, Vav. Great Scott.
What is it?
Look at this. Here's my question. Will we have any visitors today?
Uh-huh.
And here's the answer. 2 visitors. Professor Laborde and someone else.
Professor Laborde?
Do you remember my telling you yesterday that there was one person in the world who could give me the help I needed to finish my book?
Yes.
That man was Professor Laborde.
Father, you don't really believe it, do you?
I don't know.
Well,
I told you I haven't seen or heard from him in 10 years. But just the same...
Dr. Rudd, look. Look here, I got something, too.
What is it, Alan?
Well, here's my question. How can the professor get the money to continue with his research?
Yes.
Here's the answer. Call Mark Endicott.
What?
Of course. Why don't you, Father? He's always been interested in you and your work.
Well, I just never thought of it. I'll go in and call him right away.
Well, Father, did you get him?
Yes. Yes, it's very strange.
In what way?
He said that he'd been thinking about me a good deal lately, and he's driving out here this evening to see me.
There. That's the answer to your question. 2 visitors. Professor Laborde and someone else. Well, he must be the someone else.
You think so?
Oh, of course.
Somehow I don't.
Well, what do you mean, sir?
I don't know. Except that I don't like it.
It's beginning to look as if our Kabalah is a washout after all.
What makes you say that?
Well, 11 o'clock and no sign of either Laborde or Endicott.
I can't understand it. Endicott definitely said that he was driving out here and that he was leaving immediately.
He probably changed his mind because of the storm. But it's still pretty bad out, isn't it?
Yes, but it's not like him. You think he'd phone us and let us know? Oh, perhaps that's he now. Hello? Yes? This is Professor Rudd speaking. Who? Oh, yes. What? But that's impossible. I spoke to him only a few hours ago, and... Why, I can't believe it. You're sure? Oh, I see. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Who was it, Father?
That was Mark Endicott's attorney.
His attorney? What did he want?
Mark Endicott was killed at about 6 o'clock this afternoon.
Killed?
On his way here, an auto accident. His attorney called to tell me Endicott had left me a $5,000 bequest for research.
What? Father, the Kabalah. It said you were to call him for the money to continue your work. It didn't actually say he was coming out here.
No.
Wait a minute. You mean you really think
I
that...
don't know, Alan. But I do know that if I hadn't called him, he wouldn't have started driving here in the storm. He wouldn't have had the accident and been killed. But I probably wouldn't have gotten the money.
But, Father, if it's true, if it has some sort of supernatural power, what about Professor Laborde? It did say he was coming.
Oh, please, Bob, I told you I don't know. Endicott was my friend. Now he's dead. And somehow I feel as if...
Father, the door.
Yes. Yes, let's see who it is.
Great Scott, Professor, if it is Laborde, do you realize what this means?
Yes, Alan.
If it is, why, the thing's priceless, absolutely priceless. Why, I don't...
I beg your pardon. I'm sorry to trouble you.
Oh, come in, Professor Laborde. Come in. We've been expecting you for some time now.
An ancient manuscript which can foretell the future. A dead man and a visitor from the dead. As the clock strikes 12 for murder at midnight.
And now, back to Murder at Midnight and the Kabalah.
Just a moment or two later, and Professor Laborde is being shown into Dr. Red's study.
In here, Professor Laborde. Barbara, will you take the professor's things?
Of course, Father.
Thank you, my dear. You're very kind. But there's something I do not understand, Dr. Rudd. When you opened the door, you said you had been expecting me.
Since early this afternoon.
But that is impossible. Completely impossible. I'm here entirely by accident. I had no idea you lived here or anywhere near here. I lost my way in the storm, knocked at your particular door by chance to ask for directions.
Nevertheless, we've been expecting you.
Excuse me, how could you have been?
Alan.
Yes, sir?
Show Professor Laborde the Kabalah, will you please?
Right, Professor. Here you are, sir.
Kabalah?
Look at it, Professor. Tell me what you think of it.
Interesting. Very interesting. Of course, I cannot be sure without examining it thoroughly. But it appears to be even older than the Black Grimoire. And its form resembles that of the Key of Solomon.
Professor Laborde, it's my belief that it is the Key of Solomon.
What? But it can't be. It's been written about for centuries, of course, mentioned in hundreds of works, from Trismegistus down. But there's never been any proof that it ever actually existed. And still, where did you get it?
From an old Arab who came here last night and died here.
The main thing is we tested it.
Tested it?
Yes, we asked two questions. The answer to one of them prophesied your coming here, and the other, well, that came true, too.
But this is beyond words. If it's true, then it's the most priceless discovery that has ever... Professor Rudd, may I try it? Use it to ask a question to?
Well, I don't know, Professor Laborde.
Please. For years now, ever since I began studying the supernatural, there's been something. One thing I've always said I'd give my very life to know. If it can tell me that, you must let me, Rudd. And you must let me do it while I'm alone.
Well, all right.
Good.
Come on, Alan, Barbara. We'll wait outside.
What time is it now, Professor?
It's 20 hours.
He's been at it for quite a while.
Yes. If he doesn't call us in another minute or two, we'll go in.
I'm probably being very silly, but I don't like this, any of it.
Why not, Barbara?
I don't know, but... What's that?
Professor Laborde, come on. Professor Laborde, what is it? What's happened? What are you doing?
He's burning something in the fire.
Father, it's his hands. He's holding them in the fire, burning.
Great Scott, Professor Laborde, stop. Stop. Have you gone mad?
Fire! Only fire can burn my hands clean again. I asked. Now I must pay.
Laborde.
Let me go. Let go. I am coming. I'll pay.
Professor Laborde, come back. Quick, Alan.
Okay. Which way did he go?
That way. Down through the garden.
The stone. It's so dark you can't see. Dr. Rudd. There, at the bottom of the terrace.
Professor Laborde. Laborde, why... Oh, good Lord.
What is it?
He must have fallen down the steps, broken his leg. He's dead. All right now, Alan. Put him down. Oh, gently.
Yes, sir.
Father, are you sure that...
Yes, Barbara, I'm sure. He's dead.
What made him do it? Go running out there that way?
It must have been something to do with the Kabalah. He was going to ask it a question.
Yes, Alan, it has something to do with the Kabalah.
And standing there with his hands in the fire, as if he were trying to burn them clean. Father, what was the question he asked? What answer did he get?
I think perhaps I can guess.
The old Arab, he warned us, remember? He said it was accursed, evil, that if we used it... Wait a minute, Dr. Rudd. The board said he'd give his life to know the answer to that question, and now he's dead.
Yes, Alan, that's what was in my mind, too. That and one more thing. Do you remember what I said just before you found the old Arab in the garden? That I'd make a pact with the devil, sell my very soul for the help I needed to finish my book?
No, Father, you're not serious. You don't mean you really believe
I've
it?
lived too long, my dear, seen too many strange things to disbelieve anything. If the Kabalah is everything we think it is, if it is the key to the future, to all knowledge, if it can answer any question we put to it, then there are only two sources from which it can draw its power. One good and one evil.
And you think...
If God had wished us to be able to foresee the future, we should be able to foresee it. On the other hand, if it's evil, well, there's usually a penalty involved.
The board. He said something about paying, too. Who must be paid, and how?
There's only one way to find out. Through the Kabalah itself. Give it to me, Alan.
No, please, no.
I'm sorry, Barbara, I must. There's no need for you to stay here. Or Alan.
No, Father. We'll stay. Both of us.
Very well. Then, here goes.
You're shivering, darling. Are you cold? Shall I build up a fire?
No, I'm not cold. What was that?
It sounded like the outside door opening.
Oh,
Father, what is it? Are you finished?
Yes. Yes, I'm finished.
And what?
Look. Here's the question.
Who must be paid, and how?
And here's the answer.
Turn around, and you will see.
Father, the door behind us, it just opened.
Yes.
I don't dare turn around.
You needn't. Right in front of you, there on the wall. Look.
Something black, like a stain, a blot. But it's spreading, moving.
Like an octopus. Or like...
It's shadow. It's coming toward us.
What in heaven's name is it?
Whatever it is, whatever happens to us, no one shall ever again be cursed as we've been cursed. The Kabalah, give it to me.
Father, what are you doing?
What I should have done when I first saw it. Destroy it. Throw it into the fire.
It's coming closer. Closer. Professor, isn't there anything we can do? Anything that...
Father, look. The parchment burning. There on the wall.
The shadow of the andirons. In the shape of the crux ansata. The first cross.
Good Lord. The shadow, it's wavering. Drawing back, retreating. I'm going to turn around. See what...
No, wait. Wait until... All right. Now.
There's nothing there.
The board? The board? Dr. LeBoy.
Someone just came in. Who's there? Who is that?
Oh, excuse me. I'm terribly sorry. I'm looking for someone. An old man with white hair and white beard. His name's... Holy smoke, there he is, Dr. LeBoy. Dr. LeBoy.
I can't answer you. He's dead.
Dead?
Who are you, anyway?
Well, an attendant at a private hospital in town. We've been taking care of him ever since he got to this country. Nervous breakdown. He disappeared this afternoon, and he'd been talking about you so much lately that I had a hunch he might have come out here.
Talking about me? But he said he had no idea I lived here.
Of course he knew. I told you he wasn't right in the head. That was one of the signs.
Father, if it's true, if his mind was going, that would explain what he did. Burning his hands, running away like that.
You mean the Kabalah didn't have any occult power? What about the money from Endicott?
Oh, just a coincidence.
And what just happened? That shadow we saw on the wall?
Well, it was only a shadow. It could have been just our imagination.
Yes, Barbara, it could have been. But somehow, I don't think it was.
An old professor stands next to the body of his friend, staring at the fireplace where the secret of the ages has gone up in smoke as the clock strikes 12 for...
Murder at midnight.
Remember to be with us again when death whispers from the darkness in an unknown tongue, and the clocks strike 12 for...
Murder at midnight.
The part of Dr. Rudd was played by James Van Dyke. With music by Bert Berman, Murder at Midnight was directed by Anton M. Leader.
From the Johnson's Wax people and from Fibber, McGee, and Molly, a sincere good wish for your new year, expressed in music by Fred Waring and his Pennsylvanians. We're gonna ride, 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 ride. We're gonna ride, 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 ride.
We're gonna ride, 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 ride. We're gonna ride, ride, ride.
It's New Year's Eve, the night of music, celebration, and the makers of Johnson's Wax Products for Home and Industry present a brilliant half hour of music with Fred Waring and his Pennsylvanians.
Play, 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 play. Sing, 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 sing. Whack, 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 whack. Ride, ride.
And here's your host, ready, riding, and shining for Johnson's Wax, Fred Waring.
Hello, everybody. Hello, and thanks for coming. That was Bill Bivens who greeted you, and this is Fred Waring with 67 Pennsylvania noisemakers and music we hope you'll all enjoy. We're proud that the Johnson's Wax Company invited us to pinch hit for Fibber McGee and Molly and bring this special New Year's greeting to their vast family of friends across the nation. This is a happy reunion for the Pennsylvanians, having been with you and the Johnson's Wax people all last summer. So come to the party, everybody. It's a night of reservations and resolutions. Fun without reservations, and so far as resolutions are concerned, bring your own so you can break them early. Our own resolution, tonight anyway, is just a plain, complicated zippity-doo-dah. Molly enjoyed that, sitting at home this New Year's Eve with Fibber as he cracks jokes and walnuts. Now, Bill Bivens, make Harlow Wilcox proud of you.
Well, just a few words to say about the coming new year. If you would like to make your kitchen a brighter, more cheerful place to work in all next year, remember that good old friend of your floors, Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat. Regular Glow Coat care not only gives your linoleum a really beautiful shine, it freshens up the colors and brings out the original gay pattern. Makes your whole kitchen clean and bright. You know, of course, how easy Glow Coat is to use. You just apply it, then let it dry. That's all. There's no rubbing or buffing. Glow Coat shines as it dries. Remember that in 1947, will you? And for brighter floors and a brighter kitchen, Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat.
Broadway's birthday. Tonight, as on no other night of the year, the roar of the city has a special meaning. Its rhythm, an invitation to excitement. Its words, an invitation to gaiety. Your Manhattan Serenade.
From Manhattan, the rolling rumble of the subway, a million lights are all aglaze. The restless traffic jam and clatter, the crowds of people in Times Square. A happy New Year's in the air.
Acquaintance be forgot. New Year's Eve does bring memories of old times, doesn't it? Pennsylvania spent so many with you.
How many, Fred?
How many? Why, Bill?
Not to embarrass you, but...
What isn't that? I just hadn't... Fred Cully, how many New Year's Eves have we worked together?
Are you kidding?
No. How many?
Well, let's see. My oldest daughter graduated from college in...
Would you settle for 20?
That's conservative.
And that's diplomacy.
And so all these years, while people were running up and down Broadway with paper hats and horns, why, you folks have been playing somewhere all lang syne.
Always. Listen, Bill. Hear that? Know what it is?
Why, sure. It's New Year's Eve on Broadway.
1 million people being happy. You know why?
Why? Do I know why they're happy?
Yes.
Well, Fred, that's to say that they're...
I don't either, but I'd bet I find out.
How?
Just get down and ask him.
You mean go right down there to Times Square?
Yes.
Tonight?
Yes, right now. Let's go. For 20 years we sing Old Lang Syne, and now we gotta find out why.
Forget the days of Old Lang Syne.
Oh, Bill, here's some youngsters harmonizing. Let's ask them.
Well, why not? Hey, kids, you singing. We're Fred Waring, and we,
Yeah? So? Well, we were enjoying your traditional Scottish air.
Our what?
Your application of the modern harmonic idiom to traditional balladry.
Well, I'll tell you, mister. In the early Carampus old the Sorophon, the best minds hold the Tenafelic not a France Saint Perrine on the Fitzgerald line. Now can we sing?
Sing.
Big chairs in the window there. My feet hurt. I want to sit down.
Don't go in there, Bill. That's the Union League Club. Here comes the butler.
Oh, I don't care what it is. I got it.
Gentlemen, what is it you wish?
Well, we're Fred Waring, and
we want to know how you're celebrating New Year's Eve.
Personally, I have a small red horn, which I sound at 30-minute intervals. The gentlemen, however, are listening to a musicale of two pianos.
Look up there in front of that record shop. That's something.
Hey, girls dancing. Man, are they having a time.
Hey, girls. Oh, girls.
Hi, Squares. What goes?
Well, we're Fred Waring.
Oh, I can't feel it. The most old Pass this cast. Let these eggs poach. Take it from the top, mister.
Well, we want to know what you're celebrating.
Don't be an E flat. New Year's, don't. 1947. What do you want, 1927?
Come to think of it, maybe you got something there.
There's a frosty night. Those acquaintances we forgot. There's a rolling time. Rolling time. Let's get for rolling time. This is the stuff that time to get for rolling time. Good old acquaintance we forgot and never brought to mind. Good old acquaintance we forgot. And days of old lang syne. I never brought the time days of old lang syne. Take a cup of time to get for old lang syne. Old lang syne.
This is Roseland, isn't it?
That's right. Probably the most famous dance spot in America.
Oh, my aching dogs. Listen, I couldn't drag 1 foot after...
Oh, Willie! Willie Bivens! Where did you come from?
Well, looky here now, doggone. If it ain't little Sally Watson from down home. Happy little old New Year, honey.
And me just pining for a dance in Mayan.
Well, honey, that's don't you find no more.
Should old acquaintance be forgotten?
feet are killing me, Fred.
Ah, stop, Bill. In here where the light's burning. It's an old friend. Best shoemaker in New York.
Well, now, he ought to have a place to sit down.
He has. Hello, Jim.
Why, hello, Fred. Come in.
We're Bill Bivens, and we'd like to sit down.
Yourself. Throw the cat out of the big chair.
Thanks.
Man, oh, man.
You're not celebrating this year, Jim?
Me? Sure I'm celebrating. Look, I got paper streamers, a new calendar, radio going.
Oh, I mean outside. Crowd, trick hats, horns.
Not anymore, Fred. Last 2 years I've sort of celebrated inside, I guess you'd call it.
Oh, we've been trying all evening to find out what people are so happy about.
Of course, they didn't know.
No? Do you? What are you celebrating with your paper streamers and your new calendar?
Oh, a lot of little things that mean something to me. Nothing you'd write a song about, like love or world peace. Things like, well, tulips, maybe.
Tulips? You, Jim?
Yeah, tulips. Kid brought me some bulbs from Holland. Me, I never seen one before, so I looked them up. They grow red and yellow and white. You can't tell by the bulbs. They all look alike. But the kid says they're tulips, and the book says that's how they look. So I picked a spot in the alley back of the shop and put them in. You know, Fred, I think about them tulips all the time. Figuring how they're going to look and wondering which will be which.
So you're the tulip king of 8th Avenue and you celebrate?
Tonight? Yes. New Year's Eve is like that. Like them bulbs of mine. Sure, maybe in April I'll have to dig them up and find them still looking like a dime's worth of dried onion. But tonight they're red and yellow and white. Midnight tonight don't separate different years any more than any other night. But being people, we got to have a beginning and an end to things. So we fixed ourselves a brand new beginning every year. New bulbs. Another chance for the fine red and yellow and white things we wanted and didn't get. Can't you see, Fred? Those people out there aren't silly or crazy. They're celebrating the finest thing God ever gives a fellow. A new hope for tomorrow.
A new hope for tomorrow.
When you walk through a storm, keep your chin up high, and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm is a golden sky and the sweet
now, Bill Bivens for Johnson's Wax.
Thank you, Fred. I would like to remind our audience about the excellent protection that Johnson's no-rubbing, no-buffing glow coat gives to linoleum and other floors. I do know that about anything else, you want your floors to look nice. And, of course, Glow Coat is wonderful for giving your floors a really bright shine. But you see, the same lovely Glow Coat shine that gives your floors such beauty also protects them against wear and scuffing shoes. So, with regular Glow Coat care, your linoleum keeps new-looking years longer. This wax protection saves you work, too. Spilled things and dirt wipe up so easily and quickly. Try Johnson's self-polishing Glow Coat, won't you? It's easy to apply. There's no rubbing or buffing. It shines as it dries. In 20 minutes, your floors are all ready to walk on and shining beautifully.
So to all of us with our paper hats and horns or up here singing Auld Lang Syne, New Year's does mean a new hope for, as Jim would put it, the fine red and yellow and white things we've wanted and haven't had. Let's hope they lie just ahead, beyond the blue horizon.
Beyond the blue horizon waits a beautiful day.
Goodbye to things that bore me.
Joy is waiting for me. I see a blue horizon.
My life has only begun. Beyond the blue horizon lies a rising star. Darkness into dawn, from the rain to the rainbow, fly with me. Gone, gone, all my grief and woe, no matter where I go, if I am has only begun. Beyond the blue horizon lies the rising This is Fred Waring. Thanks again for coming. Here's to your very happy New Year. And we're glad the Johnson's Wax people called on us to express it musically for them. Fibber McGee and Molly, and Don King, and all of the folks at 79 Wistful Vista. Fibber and Molly will be back answering the door chime next week at this same time. And when you care to call on us, We're on the air every morning over NBC. Now, with a low bow to the arrangers, Simeon, Ringwald, Age, and Gerhardt, soloist Gordon Goodman, Jack Dolph, Jane Wilson, Maureen Gerhardt, and all the Pennsylvanians, may there be music, gladness, and all good things in your new year. May it be tops. And as for us, all through 1947, we're going to ride, ride, ride.
Ride, 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 ride. We're going to ride, 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 ride. We're going to ride, 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 ride. We're going to ride, ride, ride.
Good night and Happy New Year.
This is Bill Bivens speaking for the makers of Johnson's Wax Products of Home and Industry, inviting you to tune in Fibber McGee and Molly as usual next Tuesday night. Good night.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
Chicago, WMAQ.
The Kraft Foods Company presents The Great Gildersleeve. It's The Great Gildersleeve, starring Harold Perry, brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of a complete line of famous quality food products.
Happy New Year. I'm making no resolutions this year. I'm just going to be a bad boy. That's my only resolution. I'm going to be a bad boy.
What a terrible way to start the new year. But before we condemn our hero, let us review the tragic events which have put him in this desperate frame of mind. It all started with Gildersleeve's plans for Summerfield's annual costume ball. When he got his costume, he naturally wanted to tell somebody about it.
Well, I won't actually tell her. That would be against the rules. I'll just let her guess. She'll never guess in a million years. Avast there, me proud beauty. Open the hatch before I blow it in. 15 men on a dead man's chest. Yo-ho, in a bottle of hello, Eve.
Why, Throckmorton.
Got my costume for tomorrow night, Eve. Right here under my arm.
Oh, no, you mustn't tell me what it is, Throckmorton. That would spoil all the fun. No one's supposed to know who anyone is till the time comes for the unmasking.
Well, I wasn't going to tell you, Eve. But wouldn't you like to guess?
Well, come in anyway.
Thanks. Well, take my coat off. I got to be getting right along home. Well, go ahead and guess, Eve.
Oh, I don't think that would be fair, Throckmorton. You might start hinting.
Oh, go on. Guess what I'm going to be.
Humpty Dumpty.
Why do you guess that?
I don't know. He's kind of roly-poly, and you asked me to guess.
Guess again.
Henry VIII?
Well, I get mixed up on those kings. Which one is he?
The fat one. The one with all the wives. You know, he...
Why do you guess only fat people?
I've guessed only two, and you insisted on my guessing, you know.
All right, I'll give you a little help. 15 men...
Oh, no, you don't. Now, be fair, Throckmorton. I want it to be a surprise.
But, Eve, the whole thing's a lot of nonsense. As soon as I call for you tomorrow evening, that'll give the whole thing away. By the way, what time do you want me to call for you?
You were planning to call for me?
Oh, of course.
Oh, I wish I'd known that before.
Of course I'm going to call for you if I'm taking you to the ball.
I didn't know you were taking me to the ball. Oh, I'm afraid it's too late now.
What?
You never asked me, Throckmorton. You never did.
Well, gosh, Eve.
I waited, and you never asked me.
Gosh, I took it for granted that you and me, you and I...
And I took it for granted since I never heard from you that you'd invited someone else. So I accepted another invitation.
Listen, you sold me the tickets to this thing. I had a right to assume you were going with me.
Well, I sold over 50 tickets, Throckmorton. I couldn't go with all of them.
Nuts. Gosh, if I'd had the slightest idea, Eve. I've got my costume here and everything. You couldn't just...
Not now. I couldn't possibly. I'm sorry. But when you're inviting a lady to something, it's customary to invite her, you know.
I suppose you're going with that gym teacher again.
He was kind enough to invite me. And he's very nice, really. I'm sorry there was a misunderstanding, Throckmorton. I'll save you a dance if you like.
Don't bother.
Oh, now, Throckmorton, don't be a baby.
Who's a baby? I was going to be a pirate, but now I won't be anything. Won't even be there. Hello, Miss Fenwick? How'd you guess? I bet you're surprised to hear from me. Say, do you happen to be doing anything this evening? Oh, you are, well, I just thought... Oh. Well, I just, Well, same to you, Miss Fenwick. Nuts. What's the matter with this town? New Year's Eve and everybody's going someplace. Oh, well. Leroy, will you tell me what you're doing running around in my long underwear?
That's not underwear. I'm Captain Marvel.
And that bath towel.
That's my cape.
Look here, young man.
You want to see one of my mighty feats of strength? I can make this whole house disintegrate. All I have to do is say, Shazam!
Leroy?
Ooh, I said it. Lucky thing the house didn't hear me.
Calm down, will you? What are you getting dressed up for, anyway? You're not going anyplace.
I know, but everybody else is. Gosh, I want to have some fun.
I'll be here with you, my boy, the whole evening.
That's no fun.
What?
I mean, I thought you were going to the ball.
Ball? I'm doing nothing of the kind.
But I thought...
I decided the whole thing was silly. Childish. I didn't want to go in the first place.
Marge is going.
Oh, no, she's not.
She is, too. She's going with Jerry Walsh.
Now, look here. I had this whole thing out 2 days ago.
Don't holler at me. I'm not the one.
Go upstairs and tell your sister to come down here.
Hey, boy!
Oh.
Come down here!
I said go up and tell her.
She heard me. What do you want? I want you!
I don't know what I have to do to get obedience around here. Marjorie, what's this I hear?
About what?
About your planning to go to the ball this evening? With that Walsh boy?
Leroy. I didn't say anything. I mean, I didn't mean to make any trouble, Marge. I just said what you said.
Never mind that. The point is, I told you 2 days ago, my dear, you were not going to that ball.
But, Unky, it's the first thing Jerry's ever invited me to. He's one of the stars of the basketball team. If I turn him down at the last minute, he'll
You
never
could have turned him down 2 days ago. I told you then.
You said you'd think it over. You said you'd see.
I said no. Besides, I've thought it over. The ball is no place for a girl your age. It's apt to turn out to be a very rowdy affair. That's why I'm not going myself.
I think you're mean.
Moreover, I don't want you going around with that Jerry Walsh. From what I hear, he's inclined to be wild. All basketball players are wild. One of the wildest boys I ever knew was a basketball player.
Oh, why don't you let her go?
Listen, who's running this house, you or me?
I didn't know anybody was running it.
You go upstairs.
To bed now?
Well, go away anyway. This is just between your sister and me.
Sorry, Marge.
Go on, Leroy. Disintegrate. Shazam.
Okay. Cell phone.
We heard it.
I'll get it. Hello?
Hey, Unc, you want to play me checkers?
Quiet, Leroy. I can't hear.
Not now, Leroy.
Later, huh? Later, will you play me checkers?
Leroy.
We'll see, Leroy.
I'll set up the checkerboard just in case.
Will everybody kindly, for heaven's sake, be quiet? Francie? I can't go. My uncle.
Yes.
I know. And what do I tell Jerry? The first thing he's ever invited me to. I mean, I'll be so humiliated I'll just die.
Yes.
My costume? I don't know. Burn it, I guess. What good is it now?
Costume, eh? Didn't know it'd gone as far as that. Well, I can't give in now.
Now, that is not true, Francie. My uncle is really very nice if you know him. It's just about this one thing. He seems to be a little old-fashioned.
You needn't look at me, my dear. You have my decision.
Well, I don't know. He's being so stuffy about everything these days, but I'll ask him. Uncle Mort, if I can't go to the ball, can I at least go over to Francie's and spend the night?
Oh, so Francie's mother wouldn't let her go to the thing either, eh? I told you it was no place for young girls.
Well, may I?
I see no objection as long as you're in bed by a reasonable hour.
Miracles will happen, Francie. He said yes. I'll be right over. What?
Excuse me.
Well, Bertie, you're all dressed up.
Yes, sir.
You look super, Bertie. I wouldn't know you.
Well, thank you, Leroy. You're looking well yourself.
You mean my football helmet?
I don't think he's had that off since Christmas.
Yeah, take it off, Leroy. You want to be bald?
Okay, goodbye, Francie. Be right over.
Mr. Gildersleeve, I'd like to take this opportunity to wish you a happy and prosperous New Year's. Is it all right if I go now?
Yeah, same to you, Bertie, and you go right ahead. By the way, where are you going?
Well, it's starting over to Jack Chase's house. Goodness knows where it'll wind up.
Oh? Well, I suppose that's your idea of a way to have a good time. My idea of the way to spend New Year's Eve is just sitting quietly here by the radio, laying plans for next year.
Well, a man can't break any bones that way. Enjoy yourself, Miss Gildersleeve.
Yeah, you too, Bertie. Happy New Year.
Hey, aren't you going to play checkers? I've got the board all set up.
Oh, I suppose so. Just when I'm sitting down.
I'll let you have the first move.
Oh? Well, there.
I expected that.
I suppose she's leaving by now with that gym teacher.
Your move, Unc.
Oh? They'll all be there. Eve, Floyd, Evie, Booker, all of them. Everybody but me.
Yours, Unc.
What's that?
Your move.
Oh. Well.
Ha!
Leroy, it's your bedtime.
You haven't got your mind on the game, Unc.
I'll admit I haven't got my mind on the game, but you go to bed anyway.
Do I have to?
Yes, it's 11:15.
Okay, gosh. Good night, Unc.
Good night, my boy. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. What's happy about it? Marjorie out, Bertie out, Leroy in bed. Well, I suppose I could listen to the radio. I've missed a date with Judy, though, and Fibber McGee.
Here, all milling about in the street down here below us. As I say, the crowd is milling about in the street here below us, and it is now just about 1 minute to midnight. The crowd waits, milling about in the street here below us for the new year to come in. Let's listen to them for a moment.
Gosh, it's midnight there already. That means it's 11 here. Clock's slow.
Well, it's just about time. It's the moment we've all been waiting for here. So now let's see how they're taking the new year in the dear old South. Taking away Atlanta.
Atlanta? Yeah, Leela could be there.
For your listening pleasure, the music of Manny Copeland and his orchestra coming to you from the glamorous Magnolia room of the Jefferson House. And now, here's a lovely little lady, one of the guests here. Won't you step up to the microphone, honey? Tell the folks what you think of this celebration.
Well, I just think we're all just having just the loveliest time here. And I just love New Year. And I just wish you all could be here. Because we're just having the loveliest time. I declare I think...
And there it is. Happy New Year, folks.
That girl. She sounded just like Leela. She couldn't have been, though. Leela. How many New Year's Eves have I spent with Leela? Oh, lang syne, my dear. Oh, lang syne. We will take a cup of kindness yet. Like fun, we will. Leela, where is she now? Married? To somebody else. And Eve stood me up for a gym teacher. Yeah, that's what you get for being a gentleman. After all the nice things you do for them all year. And the chips are really down when it's New Year's Eve, what do you get? Left at home twiddling your thumbs while they're off cutting up with somebody else. Oh, shut up. Yeah, Happy New Year. I'm making no resolutions this year. I'm just going to be a bad boy. That's my only resolution. I'm going to be a bad boy. And by George, I'm going to that ball, too. If nobody wants to go with me, all right. I'll be a lone wolf. Yes, sir. I'll get into my pirate suit and I'll go down there, and if anybody thinks I'm fooling, she'll find out.
We'll join the Great Gildersleeve at the ball in just a minute. Tonight, the folks at Kraft extend their very best wishes for a happy, healthy New Year. They also want to pledge their best efforts to produce for you in 1947 more of those fine Kraft food products that have been so much in demand and often so hard to get these past few years.
That sounds very promising, Mr. Lang. And I hope especially they'll be making more parquet margarine. It's our family's favorite spread for bread, but still a bit scarce, you know.
Well, then, here's some good news. Kraft hopes to produce much more parquet this year. Of course, some of the fine farm products from which parquet is made are still in short supply, but the outlook is a lot brighter. And as more of these wholesome farm products become available, we'll be rushing parquet margarine to your dealer, fresh and country sweet in flavor, the same fine quality as always. So look for it in your favorite food store. Look first for the margarine of Kraft quality. Look first for Parquet, P-A-R-K-A-Y, Parquet margarine, made by the Kraft Foods Company.
Pardon me. Pardon me. Hey, look where you're going. Floor slippery. Better pull for the shore, mate. Join the stag line over by the punch bowl. Pardon me. Pardon me. Well, a fellow pirate. Shiver my timbers and a yo-ho-ho.
Yo-ho-ho yourself.
Peavy, is that you? I never would have known you.
Yeah, it's me, all right.
I'll bet you don't know who I am.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. Happy New Year, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Somebody must have told you. Say, Peavy, I'm looking for the stag line. You know where it is?
Sure, this is it right here.
You mean you're the stag line? Where's Mrs. Peavy?
She's dancing with George Washington. As soon as I can cut him out, we're going home.
George Washington?
Judge Hooker. There they go now. Oh, hello, dear.
Hooker, the old goat, in knee breeches and silk stockings. Well, there's no use standing here moping, Peavy. We're pirates. Let's be pirates. Grab ourselves a couple. Say, how about that lady bareback rider?
I noticed her myself. Interesting costume.
You said it. Come on, let's grab some girls, Peavy.
You grab one. I'll watch.
Huh? Have to wait till the band starts again anyway. Now what?
Ladies and gentlemen, your kind attention, please.
Chief Gates. Is that who it is, Peavy?
That's right. He's the Grand Marshal. Must be going to say something.
Your attention, please. It's been called to my attention that some of the gentlemen have been smoking here in the auditorium. Smoking in the auditorium is against the fire regulations. Gentlemen who wish to smoke will kindly go outside, or they can smoke in the boys' locker room in the southwest corner of the building. I thank you.
Boo. Well, Mr. Gildersleeve, going to try for the bareback rider?
You bet. What's more, I'm going to get her.
Well, go ahead. Here she comes.
Don't worry, I see her. If I can...
Hi, Commissioner. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Peavy.
Happy New Year.
For heaven's sake, another pirate? Is that you, Floyd?
It ain't Captain Kidd. Well, I'll see you later. I got my eye on that lady bareback rider.
Oh, no, you don't. I got my eye on her.
So what? It's a free country.
You're a married man, Floyd. Isn't your wife here?
Sure she's here, but there's no law says I gotta dance with her all night.
Well, you lay off that lady bareback rider.
You better get this settled, gentlemen. Here she comes.
Yes, she's mine. Don't move, Floyd. Pardon me, fair maiden. May I cut in?
Hey, beat it, will you? I just got her a minute ago myself.
That doesn't make any difference. You're supposed to... Nuts.
What happened, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Well, a fella just got her. I decided to give him a break.
Horse feathers. She's just choosy, that's all. I tried her a couple of times myself.
Oh, is that so? Wait till next time around. I'll show you.
Here comes something, Mr. Gildersleeve. In the hula skirt there. Looks pretty good. For you, I mean.
Hula skirt? Say.
Listen, Commissioner,
I don't need any advice or help from you, Floyd.
Okay.
Pardon me, fair maiden. May I cut in?
You sure may.
See you later, pirate.
I'll be darned. He got her.
Yeah, he got her all right. I tried to warn him, but he wouldn't listen.
What do you mean?
That's the wife. Well, serves him right for being such a bullhead.
I remember when I was first going with Floydie, Mr. Gildersleeve. He used to take me to dances all the time.
Yeah.
He used to be nice and light on his feet, but he's terrible now. I suppose it's from standing around that barber chair all day. That'd give anybody fallen arches. And then he's put on so much weight.
Yes.
Whatever it is, I'm crazy about dancing, but he don't seem to care for it.
Would you like some punch or something, Mrs. Munson?
Oh, no, I'm not thirsty. I'd rather just dance, Mr. Gildersleeve. He told me one time he wished I was a blonde instead of a brunette, so I went and got my hair bleached. You should have heard him holler. Do you think I look better blonde, Mr. Gildersleeve?
I guess so. I mean, not particularly. I mean, hi, Floyd.
Hi, Commissioner. Swell party, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's nice to see Floydie enjoying himself for a change, as long as I'm having a good time, too.
Yes.
Floydie and I had a terrible argument about my costume. He said he thought a hula skirt was too undignified, but I know what he meant.
Yeah.
He meant he thought I was too old for it.
Oh?
But I guess I showed him. What I say is a girl isn't too old unless she feels too old.
Yeah.
You think I'm too old for a hula skirt, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Mrs. Munson, will you excuse me for a minute? I have to go to the boys' locker room.
Well, Gildy, Happy New Year. Why aren't you dancing?
I've been dancing, and you know it. Why didn't you cut in on me when I waved at you?
That hula skirt didn't fool me.
Old goat.
Say, here comes the lady bareback rider. Who is she anyway?
I don't know.
My impression is she's a little too popular for the likes of us.
Us? Speak for yourself, Hooker. There's nothing the matter with me. Just watch me. Pardon me, fair maiden. May I cut in?
Oh, for Pete's sake, I just got her myself.
What of it? You're supposed to let another fellow. I'll report you to the Grand Marshal. He's a friend of mine. Nuts. Here's one that looks bad. Pardon me, fair maiden. May I cut in?
Throckmorton. Of course you may.
Eve. Gosh, I didn't know it was you. You look wonderful in that, whatever it is.
What a nice compliment.
It's a fact. Wouldn't have known it was you.
I'm supposed to be an Arabian princess.
Well, I'm a bold, bad pirate holding you for ransom. Say, how about shaking this fellow you're with? We could go over to my place.
Oh, I don't think I could do that.
Why not? And the chief again, the big show-off, stops the music every 10 seconds or you make a speech.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. In a few moments, we'll have the main event of the evening, the gentleman's foot race, followed by the unmasking, the grand march, and supper.
A foot race on this floor?
The regulations, as agreed on by the arrangements committee, are as follows. The ladies will line up at the east end of the auditorium, and the gentlemen at the opposite or west end.
Yes.
At the signal, the men will race to claim their partners. First come, first served. That is, whoever you catch is your partner for the grand march and for supper, which will follow immediately. I thank you.
Shall we dance some more, Eve?
If you like.
Say, Eve, I've got an idea. Let's have supper together. Tell this gym teacher you promised me the supper dance.
But Throckmorton, you just heard the announcement. Everyone is supposed to race for supper partners.
Oh, we could get around it. We could sneak out right now and come back after the race is over.
Why, Throckmorton, that would be cheating. But if you win the race fair and square, I'd love to have supper with you.
Race on this floor? Against a professional athlete?
Well, if you don't care enough to try...
Pardon me, may I cut in? What the... Oh, him.
Oh, hello, Arthur. Thank you so much, Throckmorton.
You're welcome. My George, I'd like to show her. And that muscle man, too. Lionel Strongport. We could figure out a way to win that race. Oh, why don't you look where you're going?
All ready for the main event. Are the ladies in their places?
Yeah.
Gentlemen in their places? All right. I'll say 1, 2, 3, and then strike this gong, which has been kindly provided by Chick Miller, our orchestra leader. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
bareback.
Mr. Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve is the fastest man in the crowd. Let's give him a hand.
It wasn't so much.
How in the dickens did you do it, Commissioner? Everybody else was sliding around and falling down.
I went outside and put on my rubbers.
Well, I'll be darned.
I used my head, that's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, everyone will now unmask.
Well, here I am, fair maiden, Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, at your service. Come on, you have to take yours off, too.
Pete?
Marjorie! I forbade you to... That costume. Why, it's disgraceful. And now I'm stuck with you for supper.
You're stuck. I wanted to eat with Jerry, and now he's got somebody else.
By George, I've got a mind to spank you.
Happy New Year, Marjorie.
Same to you, Miss Goodwin.
Oh, I think it was sweet of you to choose Marjorie as your partner, Throckmorton. After all, New Year's Eve is a time for families to be together.
Oh, what's the use?
Sing, Marjorie.
Acquaintance be forgot, and days of old lang syne.
Sing on, Keith.
Nuts. Old lang syne, my dear. Old lang syne. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for days of old lang syne. Darn it, I can't even manage to be a bad boy.
The Great Gildersleeve will be with us again shortly. I suppose every one of us would like to know what's ahead in 1947. Well, at the Kraft Foods Company, we have high hopes that delicious country sweet parquet margarine will be available in larger quantities this coming year. More parquet will be produced just as quickly as more fine, wholesome farm products are available. And perhaps the time isn't far off when there'll be plenty of parquet margarine for everyone. And here's one thing you can be sure of. Every single pound of parquet you buy in 1947 will be the same fine quality as always. Rich in good flavor, high in food energy. Every pound reliably fortified with 15,000 units of vitamin A. So look first for this margarine of Kraft quality. Look first for Parquet, P-A-R-K-A-Y, Parquet margarine, made by Kraft.
Pass the cinnamon rolls, will you, Marjorie?
Uncle, you had 4.
I don't care. I don't feel good. I need nourishment. For heaven's sake, can't the chief even let us eat in peace?
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. The committee of judges have asked me to announce the name of the lady they have chosen as Queen of the Masked Ball. I am happy to announce that Her Majesty is Miss Marjorie Gildersleeve Forrester.
She's my niece. She's my niece, do you hear? By George, Gildersleeve blood will tell.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Harold Perry. It is written by John Wheaton and Sam Moore. The music is by Jack Meakin. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley as Leroy, Louise Erickson as Marjorie, and Lillian Randolph as Bertie. Judge Hooker is Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand is Mr. Peavy. This is John Lang saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company and inviting you to listen in again next Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Good night. Happy New Year. See you in Memphis next week.
It's
one of the finest desserts you can imagine. Yes, rich, velvety, smooth ice cream made with Frizz. That's F-R-I-Z-Z. Frizz is a new craft product women are raving about. It makes real homemade ice cream that has plenty of milk and cream in it. Just add water, a little sugar, and freeze according to directions on the package. Frizz is made by an exclusive process that retains the fresh cream flavor. Gives you ice cream that freezes smoothly. Flavor variations from vanilla are easy. 6 generous servings from one package of Frizz.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.